Austin, let's get some.
I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty, nasty, nasty. Is somebody gonna?
Okay, we don't have to do
vibe.
that.
I wouldn't have.
No, that
I
needs
wouldn't
to
have
be our
zipped up.
opening.
Welcome to
That needs
D&D
to be
Roll
opening
Does that
For.
need to be open? Hold on,
We're a
hold on.
bunch
Wait,
of
wait,
us horny husbands and wait a minute.
Nasty girl, nasty. I've been
All right,
a
Austin, let's get the
nasty
intro music
girl,
going.
nasty. I've been
That's the Dragons intro song.
All right, here we
Black
go.
Mistress. Welcome to D&D Roll For It, where a bunch of us nerdy, tired husbands and fathers sit down virtually and play Dungeons & Dragons. I am Dennis, the ultimate game master, rated 5 stars on all sites across the web that have me. Check out our videos, subscribe on the YouTube channel, and
Each one review himself.
we got a new subscriber that I want to give a shout out to. Simone is our number one follower. Happy to have her along. I'm actually going to be pulling out some merch from the Amazon store. So take a look at our webpage in probably like a year and a half when I finish. And this game is sponsored by Celsius with my new favorite flavor,
And
raspberry peach.
Do the do.
Cheers.
Also sponsored by Hershey.
Hershey's a
I'm gonna
Mountain
cut all
Dew.
that out. I should get affiliate links and
Hilarious.
like just post them on there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe one of you guys use it, you know?
Oh man.
Let's go a little
Just make
recap.
random
action here.
affiliate weeks.
Yeah, just
Just give a bunch of hate mail.
all
I
from
used to tell
Amazon.
them it didn't happen.
Let's see. Who can give us a bit of a recap? Oh, you know who should give us a recap? The man who screwed it up. Emotep.
None.
With his mouth full of chocolate. I
The
don't
man
mean
who screwed
up.
himself up.
I screwed myself. Are you kidding me? So, there we were, all about ready to die from the dragon, and Imhotep wished us all home, which brought us to a wonderful place where it was not home anymore. Instead, found that his entire civilization is gone, replaced by a crotchety old hag.
Hey, now.
Well, actually, it's interesting. She was actually very sweet. She was actually very sweet, and then became a crotchety, mean person. And
Well, you gotta tell him why, because you came to fulfill a prophecy.
What's the prophecy?
She is
I'd be
that
happy too.
I am I'm basically Luke Skywalker, and she is basically Darth Vader.
But she's good. And she abolished slavery across all lands, and
But she killed my entire civilization, kind of like Darth Vader.
well, technically, for the viewers, that didn't happen at all.
Yeah,
No,
she
they-
didn't kill him.
No, no.
Turns out
They were
Emotep
already
is
dead.
actually from the past, sent to
I'm
the
actually
future
121 years old.
from the spell plague, and big story and lore bomb there. He's all the way back in Muhurad, which is no longer Muhurad, but is the High Imaskar Empire. So there we are, looking out the balcony, overseeing the great view of the entire.
I'm sorry, I'm being
countryside.
silly, but we did scrying with
yep.
her. We scryed the volcano and found that Kundar currently Kundar ravished the Mintarn people and is now taking offerings from the Mintarn people, has destroyed the ship that we were sailing on, and along with everybody on there. By the way, Lystra Falls was on that ship, the very woman that we found saved and now we murdered. So
And
just,
also, Carrie's only known companion was also there, right? Wasn't she
Yep.
with Lister? Yeah.
no, she was back.
No,
She's
oh
back
no.
with Emotep's mom.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I keep thinking she was going with Lister for some reason, but no.
No. And so, which is really funny if you think about Lister Falls, because Crimson and Vin saved her, but the rest of us didn't. So the rest of us don't really care about Lister Falls.
That's so true.
But the two
Wait,
paladins.
Imhotep was a Beastly Beauties, right? So
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. So
And
I know
technically
who.
Carrie was too, but he
Well,
didn't.
I had to trust him.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
but wasn't Lister Falls? Doesn't that Lister Falls? Isn't that same person we saved all the way back in the forest?
No.
Oh, I thought that was the
We
same
see-
lady.
Mm-mm.
That was the
You met
Beastie
her,
Beauties.
or you didn't meet her. Pax met her in Skarnoble.
Oh, I thought that was us, all of us. My
He
bad.
put that scar on his hand and kept track of him.
Anyways, so in Beastie Beauties we saved her, and in Beastie Beauties we almost died saving her, and then here it is. We just killed her because we woke up an ancient red dragon.
What
So,
what
you know.
you saw was the remains of a burning, sunken ship.
Oh, so she could survive, but
Yeah.
unlikely because there's shark people in the waters.
There were were sharks. That's true.
There were till we clapped them all.
He
We
did clap
killed
those
a lot
were
of sharks.
Yeah.
Ragnar
We did clap.
Right.
sent
They
his
got
destruction down upon the
We-
sharks.
We clapped somewhere sharks. I doubt
Enter
that was all
barbarian.
of them.
Barbarian.
So, anyways, we scried that, found out that we are in fact opened the Red Death upon the world, and our fumble became a fumble that has devastated thousands of people.
You can't
And so
say
here we
scry
are.
without cry. That's
Nice.
that's always the result.
And then now we are preparing ourselves. Oh, one more thing is we made a deal with a Mumanimo, Mumanimo, the genie, that we would use the last 4 wishes we have in the next month. And the deal was that we would use those 4 wishes within the next month if he made sure those wishes actually fulfilled what the intent of the wish was.
Boom.
So
best of his
no,
ability.
yeah, to the best of his ability. So
No trickery.
no trickery involved.
And most important of all, he took out the
Nemo.
fine detail that if you call him Nemo, the contract is void. So you know
Yeah.
he's being honest.
Well, there isn't even like a contract anymore, right? That
No, there
part's
is
been
no.
fulfilled.
That contract's
He-
gone. The
yeah,
new contract's
created a
in
new
place.
contract. He also,
the new-
but Carrie, you did notice in there that you have to fulfill on a
I'll be right back,
detail
guys.
that only
Sorry.
Crimson knows about.
Right, something about a portrait or something, and all of us are like, "What the heck? Okay, sure, whatever. We'll sign it."
Yeah, you can have a picture, whatever. Okay,
Um,
cool. That was
And
pretty.
so now
and
now we're just trying to discover what we're gonna do with this whole thing. We have 4 wishes to use it in a month, and we are, well, effectively we're about 4 months, 5 months away from, no, probably almost 6 months of travel away from Hundar currently.
very far. Ususi and Elwin convened to another room so you guys could speak amongst yourself in private. So the party now stands around this mirror as you were looking at this dragon taking offerings from these people. An upset dragon doesn't seem to be too happy with the poorness and poverty that he's receiving. You know, destroying the kingdom first was probably his problem. Because then, you know, all the stores of riches and stuff are scattered, and it probably takes time to clean that up. So, you know, dragon logic.
So here we are, trying to figure out what to do after. Oh, Imhotep's wallowing in his own pity because his entire civilization's gone. Understandably,
Little
but
moody. Ragnar was trying to kill a dragon, then he got transported 6 months away from the dragon that he was seeking after for his whole life, pretty much.
so can I also put in there that Imhotep is now Emotep?
He-
Very good.
Ah.
Got some
you.
eyeliner in there. Painted
Yeah,
his nails black.
yeah. Which actually is very Egyptian.
I was gonna say.
A lot of.
Got it. Okay, so as the group stands around, the question stands: what do you do next?
Well, one question for the lady. I know that she's gone, but do we get the sense, is this a civilization of the caliber that they would have someone with enough magical power to teleport us somewhere we wanted to go, or are we gonna have to burn a wish if we want to get back over
We
to
could ask
that neck of the woods?
teleportation because they trade with Coromir. So we would imagine there's some sort of trade set up. Maybe
That would give us part of the way there. Let's get us 3 months closer.
You do know that she has talked about Cormir having relations, and she claims to be a sage of great power. I'm the strongest wizard around.
So I wonder if she's ever been to Baldur's Gate in her travels and would know how to be able to get us there. Because then it's just a matter of getting a ship and then sailing, you know.
But at
And
the
that was only
same
a week
time,
away.
but even in just a couple of hours, he's wreaked this much havoc. How can we stand by for a week if we have the means of getting there sooner?
Because it doesn't matter if we get there sooner if we're just going to die because we can't fight him.
Well, that's what the other 3 wishes are for.
But what if it takes 4 wishes?
He looks at Mo and Nemo. You're the expert here.
Well, there are ways of gaining power, ways of killing dragons, but I'm only a wish granter.
I have 2 ideas, guys, but I want to see what you guys say first.
Well, I know what I don't want to do is, I mean, and this is like so not, this is like the most meta thing in the world. I, as a player, don't want to suddenly to be 16th level or like have equivalent items and just be juiced up to go beat this dragon and then like, play through the rest of the campaign like whatever. Now that is the total opposite of what our characters would want in this situation, which was to absolutely be juiced up, but so I don't really know how to approach that. So I only know what I don't want.
That's literally what one of my ideas was.
Yeah.
Is the juice is to give our the power lever ourselves with a wish.
And I mean, Dennis could, there could be a power limitation where it's finite, like only for a certain amount of time. Like, have you guys ever watched Hunter x Hunter? You know what Hunter x Hunter is? An anime? Okay. Well, it's got a power system, and in this power system, it's called Nen. And if the foundation of your Nen ability is based on a Nen condition, the more restrictive that is, the more power you get access to within those restrictions. So it's like, to make it strong enough to do what we need to do, maybe it's a limitation of time or this battle or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
You could always ask Moanimo if it's possible.
I literally just asked him a question, and he just was like, "I just grant the wishes. I can't."
Well, I thought I didn't know you were asking a specific question.
It wasn't that specific, but he's very unhelpful, so I didn't really consider asking him.
Sorry, that was Dennis not knowing like where to go with it. Well, you're right. If you ask for 1,000,000 gold, I can't grant that, right? If you ask for an artifact of great power, it might turn awry. If you ask for all the power in the world, clearly, with Hundar as an example, I cannot grant. However, what did Hundar get access to? The power of an avatar temporarily. So there is a possibility that I could empower you for a finite amount of time. How much power might be how they say I roll the dice. But
if we wish to basically have the power to defeat the dragon for a day, when we're in his presence, would that like a buff?
Being the less the duration the power lasts, the more powerful you could probably become. So, and consider as a group amount of power, like a bank that you pull from. So one of you could pull more and be more powerful, or all of you could pull the same amount of power. Just some play with it.
Let Ragnar go Super Saiyan and kill the dragon.
I mean, frick, dude, let the Paladins and Ragnar go Super Saiyan. The Druid and the Blood Hunters kind of pull back, and you threes pound on them.
Yeah,
was
but
gonna-
flies.
one attack that goes awry would just vaporize us if we weren't
Well,
level.
I wish
Anti-magic
I
field.
wish to be immune to fire.
I was gonna wish for that.
That's
Well,
within my
so-
power.
well, so like, I mean, I hear you with immunity, but that's to me, we can get a potion that gives you resistance.
And also,
And-
fire
But
is
not
just one
immune.
piece. Fire is
And
just one
fire's
piece.
one piece.
He could
so you
tail
can go-
whip.
That's true.
He could bite.
Bites, claws. So we can get like a potion
me
of
wing
fire
attack.
resistance for like 2,000 gold pieces or whatever. And we can all now have fire resistance, which now turns his breath weapon into an auto kill with one hit to, wow, we can survive one. And if we save against it, it's even less damage at that point too. And then on top of that, then the people who don't save, like we have a paladin who's level 10, which means he can pump a healing laying on hands for 50 points instantly. Same thing with you as a druid. You can drop a huge level cure wounds on somebody. Things like that. So we have ways to heal real fast and resist his fire. So in my opinion, immunity against fire isn't
Emotep's
as
opinion.
isn't as strong as maybe another thing. Like if that
So-
makes sense.
Here's the other question. Instead of the potential roll of the dice, literally of empowering us, would it be more feasible to wish
To depower
his
him.
power level matched ours? Like he effectively make him a 10th level character. So it's
Take
only
away the
impacting
power
his
of the
power,
avatar.
right?
Well,
But not just
well, the-
his baseline, to the proportionally.
So this is literally my other idea. So Veer and you're thinking the exact same thing here. Is where's the strength of a dragon come from?
The
I
heart.
think you said this last time. His age, right? Make him a younger creature.
Yeah.
But we'll have to word it right, so like one wish make him younger, the other wish temporarily take away the power of the avatar that he's got, because even as a younger dragon with that power, he'd still be juiced.
So Nemo.
And you don't know what that power is exactly either.
Yeah.
Momonimo, if we wish for him to be 1,000 years younger, wouldn't that mean that he would be 1,000 years in the past? So therefore would not have gained the boon that gave him his avatar buff?
It depends. I understand your intentions. That's kind of a twofold interesting. Because asking to be younger is different than asking to fight him younger, if that makes sense. The wording there is just to reduce his age. Just as curses or wild magic can create age to change as well, or how the Feywild, you can step out 5 years later, just after a couple of days inside. The age and time can be construed differently. So if you want to go back in time and kill him, then all those events that happened in the timeline could have been solved. But in this case, asking for him to be younger would just change his age. So I can't necessarily take away the boon he already has.
Okay. I was hoping I could get one wish, two things. One wish, two birds.
Who knows the most about this situation? I guess it would be Mo and Nemo, right? Like, so Carrie's like, supposing that we weren't able to stop him, how strong is he going to become? I'm from the Feywild. It's pretty separated from this land, but does he want to rule over everything? Is my home at risk, even though it's not on this plane?
Probably not.
Hmm.
I think what he seeks is power over the entire mortal realm. Not so much power over all the planes of existence.
But then once he's got that, where does he stop?
That's a good point. wherever the Thane wizards stop, I guess, since they're the ones working with him, and whatever cults that he's a part of.
How long is the temporary avatar? Do you know how long that temporary avatar will last?
So it's a power that he can call upon, and then once he's imbued with it, which can take two forms. He can take it upon himself, or he can call the avatar itself.
Does it have to be a verbal call upon?
I believe it takes.
He has
one
to
action.
say something.
Takes
Does he
one
have
action.
to say something?
Yes, I believe there's a verbal component.
Okay, so if I wished for his mouth to be sewn shut permanently,
Interesting.
would that work?
Well, sewn might not be the best word.
Fused
Yeah.
shut, that his mouth disappears.
No, that he wished that you wish for Hondar to not have a mouth.
To not have a mouth, or to have like, what's the glue that we found?
Oh, the universal solvent glue.
The universal glue.
Oh my
His
gosh!
mouth filled with universal glue.
If you wish the next thing he ate contained the universal solvent glue to glue his mouth shut forever, to seal his mouth. That's interesting. That's probably possible, because that's not an overpowered thing. It's just utilizing
You're mute, Shane.
the power of an existing item. Do you have this item?
I mean,
wait, what?
Do you have the item?
No.
Well, no.
I wonder how much one of those costs.
But I'm pretty sure that the wish can be used to transform something that is given to him into that.
I mean, for that matter, why can't we just just transmute? Why can't we just wish to have a pretty deadly poison be super fucking deadly? And why can't we just poison him? If we're talking at that level, even with his mouth glued shut, we still have to fight a 20+ level dragon.
Instantly.
But with two things though,
he cannot use his breath weapon. He can't call upon his avatar state. And
so now we're just fighting a meat bag.
Unless it's non-verbal.
Limonimo just said it's verbal.
Limonimo just said it's verbal.
Okay, he just said it's verbal. Sorry, the corgi was being distractingly cute. Yeah. Blame her.
Distractingly cute.
Okay.
How many? Limonimo also said if we wish for something to have a time component, it's more likely for that component for the wish to happen the way intended. So if we wished for his mouth to be glued shut for only an hour, it's more likely that will happen than if we said permanently shut forever.
We glue his mouth shut, one wish. We teleport ourselves right there ready to fight, second wish.
Well,
Crimson wishes for this guy's porno situation. And then that leaves us with, we need one more wish to be strong.
Crimson knows where it's at.
We don't need to do wish for that one. Crimson knows.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So that still leaves us with two wishes.
What?
So two wishes, and really we could hold on to a wish in the fight. So we can fight this guy. He has no breath weapons, can't bring on his avatar form or the power of an avatar, right? Or summon the avatar, and we fight him as we are. And if we are still getting our total butts handed to us, the wish in the moment is that we all gain power in some kind of form to defeat him. You know what I'm saying? Because if we can defeat him, we use two wishes, and we defeat him, that means at the end of the battle, we still have two wishes. And if we need one in the battle, now we have one wish at the end. So we have a potential here of keep having two wishes at the end of the battle rather than just one wish.
What if just the wish, because we're talking about fire resistance, I see a couple different things. We either make ourselves stronger, we make him weaker, right?
Is it by giving him the glue in his mouth, making him weaker by proxy?
Yeah.
By proxy. But so what I'm thinking, because we're talking about fire resistance, is if I wish...
We wouldn't need fire. But we wouldn't need fire resistance if
You wouldn't
his
be able to
breath
breathe.
weapon
But
Right.
think about
can't
it.
work.
Think about it this way though. Like
Let Shane finish
this
his
is-
thought though. Let
Okay,
Shane finish his
Okay,
thought.
sorry.
But
Yep, go
so
ahead, Shane.
because we're trying to, if we wish, basically for anything that Hundar does, instead of it hurting us, would heal us. So I wish for while I fight Hundar, if he attacks me, his attacks will heal me.
not a bad idea. I mean,
How-
because the thing that I was about to say is that like, okay, he has no breath weapon and he can't get super powered, but and this is super meta, but he's still gonna have claw, wing, tail whip that are gonna do probably 4d8, 5, like I mean he's
But
still gonna be very deadly. So that's where
one wish makes it so all of his power goes from hurting us to helping us.
We'll have Crimson ask Momonimo.
yeah.
So Momonimo, could I effectively turn any way he tried to harm me for like a day, an hour, from harming me to healing me?
I think everything is possible. It's how likely is that to happen and for how long. Even gluing the mouth shut on this guy is something where we're using an item that's of obscene power. It had probably a finite number of them in the world. I'm not just creating a new one, I'm pulling one from the universe itself. And so there is going to be a chance of if it works or not. I don't know if I could give you multiple hits, but maybe you have one shot where you can roll, say, a dice, and if you're above a like a 10, then it doesn't hurt you. I don't know.
So
It's the breath weapon is where I'm thinking of. Instead of having fire resistance, we have it to where fire heals us.
But if we use this universal solvent of glue, which Dennis put in the
Now that I read it,
general-
it might not work.
well, I think it would work.
here's another question for you.
Where'd you put it,
Monimo.
Dennis? I lost it.
Adventure
I think it
Adventure
was
hooks.
loot and XP. Oh, adventure.
I mean, you could do like a mute spell, like make it so he can't talk,
Well-
but that doesn't allow him to stop breathing fire on us.
1 foot square surface was 1 ounce. So if it's 7 ounces, that is 7 foot square, and it will last until oil with illness or a wish spell.
Yeah.
So it's literally asking him to glue his mouth shut with this oil, with this stuff, and I mean, he's a big dude, but his mouth is not 7 square. 7 square.
You'd only have to glue at his teeth too, or his lips.
Right, or his back jaw,
Yeah.
or his front lips, like his front teeth glued together where he can't speak.
I'd
Probably
venture
fire
to do
out.
it on his teeth,
On the sides,
because if you do it on his, like if it's his lips, he could potentially burst his mouth open.
So,
But if it's on his teeth, like,
so can I take it one step actually easier? Why don't we just wish for the silence spell to be cast on the dragon's tongue?
or voice box.
You still cast
Or
fire.
voice box.
But
We can still
He
but,
can
cast
still
fire,
he can
though.
still use
Yeah,
his breath
that's a
You
weapon.
can
breath
still
weapon.
buy those potions of fire resistance.
Okay,
Right.
hold on though. Carrie says, Monimo, what was the means by which he was in that special magical sleep? Didn't you say they found a powerful item that he was using for that?
Mm-hmm.
Could you not just take that magical item and put him in a sleep so strong for an hour that he doesn't wake up even while we're attacking him? You said you can take a powerful magical item and make it stronger.
What if?
But I can't take
Well,
away
and-
the will of a creature, though.
Yeah. What if we travel back in time to before we went into the coffer?
I think we talked about that last time, and it's just delaying the inevitable. and then we don't technically have
Yeah,
a
but
lamp.
The lamp.
but we can bring those people who died back to life.
So
That's
you're
hundreds of
saying,
that's
But
thousands
that's-
of people.
so you're saying make a wish that goes back in time that fixes our error, and then allows us to prepare for what inevitably we know is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like
I
to
will
wish to be
say-
in a different timeline? Because that creates some intricacies where if you go back in time with me, then you'd lose me, or I'd be with you and you'd see yourself. There's a couple of things that can happen.
Time paradox.
I'm just trying to think of the best way we can also undo what we did, because me as a paladin, that's what I'd like to try and fix.
Yeah,
I don't
but at
think
the
we can
same
undo
time-
what was done. I mean, you made an action, and that action has recourse, and recourse was we all, not just you, we all were greedy for a wish and a lamp, and that had consequences.
I
Just
might be able
like
to make
my
a
wish.
powerful wish with multiple wishes together that could possibly undo the fabric of time itself.
But is
I
that worth
mean,
it?
Because it would certainly be a more attainable short-term goal to try to kill or to try to stop the people he's gonna stay asleep until his what are his wizards called?
The
They
Wizards of Thay.
Yeah, but there's some we've been calling him something. He's
Wrath
got
Modar.
It's Math Lodar. It's
Wrath
Wizards
Modar
of
is
Thay.
his wizard.
yeah. Anyways, he's gonna stay asleep till this guy accomplishes what he wants. So it's like if we do go back, maybe we take this guy out, and that's then we can finish what we actually need to be doing related to the shards, and then we'll just go figure this out later.
It's Imhotep. So I know that I don't know who Wrath Modar is, but I do know the legends of Thay, and know that the Wizards of Thay are very, very powerful. So the idea that we just walk into Thay and kill a guy who also happens to have the ear of a very powerful dragon, which means the dragon didn't immediately eat him, it probably means that that wizard himself is as powerful as Hundar.
That's fair.
Or he's avoiding Hundar for a reason.
Yeah.
With his
I-
tail between his legs.
Carrie is not bothered by the number of people that have died, but he understands Vin and Vin's standpoint. But and I think the only reason Carrie's even concerned is because he sees this dragon scaling up and eventually trying to come for his people in the Feywild. And that's why he wants to stop him now. Otherwise, he would even just be like, hey, we got something else going on. And
Okay.
use his wish to get back home.
I am okay. You got me thinking about this, Austin. And Momonimo confirmed it. He must speak to be able to bring the avatar or gain the avatar power. I have a ring of spell storing, and all we need is a wizard to put silent spell in my ring. And then I can cast
So we don't even need a
silence
wish to do
on
that.
the dragon. And now he cannot speak.
We
Now,
don't even
the
need to use a
only-
wish.
Yeah, the only downside with that, there is a downside, is that's a concentration spell. So I could lose concentration.
What if we have somebody
But-
else? If it's in your ring, we can have anybody cast it then, right?
Exactly, yes. We could anybody have my ring and cast silent spell.
So we need somebody with a high constitution that can.
Or somebody who can fly around the battlefield and not be hit. But it also depends on good initiative and acting before
Well-
he's able to do this.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of leaning on the idea though too, is that Hundar already basically almost killed us, and we ran like cowards, and then we face him again. That he might not. The first thing he might not do is bring forth the avatar, because he can only maybe do it a limited amount of times in his lifetime.
So he would
So
only
he
do
might-
it if he feels
he's-
like he's in danger.
Yeah, so he knows he's powerful. right? I mean, he's the most powerful red dragon in the Short Coast.
I need to go take care of my baby. Sorry. Give me just
Oh, you're
a
fine.
minute.
So, like, there's a possibility here we can lean on his arrogance that we'll at least get the 6 seconds we need for us to put silence on him to stop him from doing. Now, of course, that means we don't have to wish it, but it means depends on concentration for whoever has it on the thing, and he still has a breath weapon.
Yeah.
Which is where the vial, could be an interesting thing to have like the vial be in something he eats before we fight him.
So we
his
have
mouth
4
closed.
wishes. We have 4 wishes. And Carrie's like, I just, I don't see the point of keeping any wishes in the chamber. I mean, Vin was just talking about how many people died. And you said it yourself, Imhotep, they died because we were greedy for these wishes. I just don't see any reason to not put them all together to make sure that we get the victory here. So,
I'm gonna be selfish myself. Is I would like to, it would be pretty grand to come back here and find more people and get them. So, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. And I know that I can't use one of your wishes, so I kind of think about your people, Caddy, and I would love to have one of the 4 wishes, and specifically yours, and be able to wish that might help you gather your people.
well, I appreciate that, and that's what I've been going for on this whole thing, but if we fail and we can't kill him, then my people, they'll fall eventually to this guy.
So what are the 4 wishes then? So we have the idea of sealing his mouth with this glue.
Which
We have the
mitigates the
idea,
breath weapon and his power up, potentially.
yep, potentially. We have an idea of decreasing his age, which would
Yep.
decrease his power,
Mhm.
which arguably could be 1 wish and we could win. Because a 1,000-year younger red dragon is something that the 5 of us could theoretically take on and win. It's not going to be an easy battle,
Yeah.
but it could be a battle we could win. Or we give all of us, some kind of Super Saiyan mode for like an hour, and we go in there higher level. Basically, I'm thinking, right, is that we would get some kind of higher level bump in this battle, and we fight him at higher levels that are actually an appropriate level range to fight a dragon of his size. But with the avatar idea, though, him having an avatar really makes both of those. We need to get rid of his avatar. I think regardless his avatar, whether or not we bump up to his level or he bumps down to our level, the avatar will make either one harder.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Momonimo, what would it be? Because we're thinking about bumping us up or down. What if we had somebody else fight the battle for us? Summon some sort of creature that would fight Hundar for us.
We've got one right here.
Like,
Hey.
say I was to summon an iron golem to fight with us, or something else, or a red dragon, or something. Another dragon.
What is the antithesis of a red dragon?
Does
What
anybody
if
know the
we?
answer? I'm trying to decide. Imhotep would know the
Is
answer.
it a silver dragon or a blue dragon?
Blue dragon? Well, blue is lightning. Black is
So-
what?
So Imhotep would know this answer, but Imhotep would know that chromatic, we all should know this, chromatic and metallic dragons are different, and metallic dragon would not be a good thing to have help us, because they might decide with the red dragon, or just fly it away. While a metallic dragon would probably be more than happy to help us in the fight.
I was
And
thinking.
I don't know what the most powerful metallic dragon is. I mean, I hear stories of brown dragons, brass dragons, bronze dragons. I've heard tales of, sort of silver dragons, I think they're called, and things like that. I don't remember all of the
I'm just thinking if we
metallic, but
Even they're
something
thinking
that
about
we could
summoning
summon
a
that we could
powerful
call.
creature to fight with them.
Like a ancient metallic dragon or something.
yes, Vin, do you know of a powerful metallic dragon?
Yeah, Ragnar too.
What? Oh, yeah,
The
Ragnar,
Dragon
you haven't
Slayer.
spoken at all. I
Yes.
forgot you were here. Normally you're loud, Ragnar. Normally you're like a
Just
bull
his
in a
breathing
china
is
shop.
loud.
You've been very quiet.
First, I do apologize for taking care of a dog.
It's all good.
Second, though, so I actually wait, hold on.
You would know the lore of dragons.
Dragons are the scum of the earth.
But
The way to trap a dragon is to figure out what it cares about and use it as
over the
bait.
idea we're going to use a dragon to help us. Just like
Well, no, we need to
suck.
trap one to get it first.
well, let's hear
But
him out.
that's what I
Let's
was
hear him
gonna
out.
say. So I've already killed one dragon. Could I summon that dragon to assist us?
What kind of dragon did you
Oh
kill?
wow. Whatever dragon he wants, I don't care.
What Ragnar? What kind of dragon did you kill, Ragnar?
I don't remember the name, Dennis. You're gonna have to help with the lore of it because there was a dragon that I killed before I wanted to hunt down this one.
Do you remember what color it was?
It was a. I think it was a white one.
Ragnar would definitely know what the color was.
Yeah, I'm just not
No,
remembering
Ragnar,
it literally.
Mike is doing that. He's having a bit.
And this
Mike
this
is having a hard time.
While Dennis is looking this up, was it a blue dragon? Carrie wasn't there, but was it a blue dragon that we found in the sewers? Because I was like, what if we just yeeted that guy?
That was
His
like
will
a
probably
young.
wouldn't fight against
Oh,
you.
he was young.
He was young.
Yeah,
He was a
Yeah.
young dragon too. He would get obliterated,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like us.
Well, that's so.
It was a white worm.
No, I think it was a black dragon because you fought off the dragons.
Oh dang!
You fought off the
that's right, you
dragons
fought-
From Drakemire.
from Drakemire. And that was a scourge of black dragons that came through. There's a handful of them, but I think you might have killed one with your company. I don't know if that's maybe I'm mistaken. What do you think? Does that sound right? Are you looking through messages?
Adi, I cringe at the idea that we take a dragon brought from the undeath, especially a black one, into combat against a dragon that's already evil.
Draco Lich.
Yeah.
We would have to choose a dragon that would fight with us against this dragon.
Vin,
And that-
Vin or Ragnar, you could make a roll maybe on your knowledge of dragons and know what a powerful dragon is.
Maybe Vin already knows what he's getting there with. He's talking.
I'm saying we would need a dragon of metallic color to fight with us against the red.
Yes, but what color is the most powerful dragon?
I believe it is gold.
Oh, there we go.
Ding ding ding.
What color is Vin?
I'm bronze.
Oh, I was like, Nemo, would it be within your power to turn our friend here into a powerful
Into a dragon? Into an
I
ancient
could
dragon?
cast true polymorph upon you.
True polymorph level 9 spell.
I could not cast true polymorph. Wait, you can't cast a level 9 spell?
8th level spell
Wait.
level.
But it,
I thought it was 9th level spells.
temporary. I mean, temporarily, if you could temporarily turn him into a.
I mean, it's a
ancient
wish.
bronze dragon.
We're being creative here, okay? Let the DM decide.
You could roll
What
for
if
it.
what if he empowered
also helping
my
the Dennis.
5th level
There's
spell
a-
polymorph?
Yeah. There's
And then
gotta
he's
be-
only-
it does say.
There
Spell
are
of
finite
8th level
rules
or
to the
lower.
wish.
Oh, it does.
But that being
There are
said, if you can
finite
find a
rules.
spell within 8th levels that would help you, it's a done deal like that.
Yeah, there's
If you want to
there's
cast it on
no.
yourself. If there is the will of the creature that's being cast on, so if you're willing it to happen, it's done. If it's willing the creature that's against you, it leaves us a chance.
If
Well,
we
I
used
limit on
if we
polymorph.
used 2 wishes, would it work?
Oh. Yes, I see no problem with that.
Okay, let's Google true polymorph.
Well, and yeah, well, yeah.
What was it, Carrie?
Would it be a I was just gonna say, would it be a cheat? You're talking about being able to use existing items and empower them and have that be a little better. Carrie can cast polymorph at 5th level. Could we empower that
But what's
to
but
kind
what's
of
the
make that differential?
limitations? What's the limitations on polymorph? Like,
Oh,
us,
it
we
wouldn't.
can already do it.
Yeah, but it's not the limitations. It would not do what we need it to do. I'm just
What is
saying.
what is it with true polymorph versus polymorph?
It's-
Polymorph is
It's
limited to
challenge. The challenge rating of true polymorph must be equal to or lower than the targets, and you use the if it's a character being it, use their level as the challenge rating. So we could only transform
if-
ourselves into a CR10 creature.
Yeah, that's.
What if I
useless.
wished myself into a level 20 paladin?
Well, that's
Then
buff
we
us to
wouldn't
level-
even.
can't.
Yeah.
Well, that's you can't because I just said you can only turn yourself into a CR of equal level as
Beast.
No,
you are.
He's
not
not
even
saying
true
with
polymorph
polymorph.
is-
He's just saying.
polymorph is beasts.
Giving me,
Yeah,
give me
polymorph
True,
would be-
experience.
true
true
polymorph
polymorph
is
is
any
anything.
creature.
Yeah, so then could I turn myself into a dragon?
Yeah,
Theoretically,
a
correct.
CR10
However,
dragon.
A
yes.
CR10, yeah.
So
It'd
we
be
have
a-
to. We could potentially turn one of you into a dragon of power equal to your power.
Yeah, but see, that's not really worth it because it's
Yeah.
just us.
I mean, if
I
we do a
just assumed-
temporary boost to our levels to level 20,
Or
give us-
something. I doubt we could all get level 20, but like possibly like level 17 or something, or 16.
that's the Super Saiyan wish, basically.
From
That's the
from
Super
my
Saiyan wish, yeah.
perspective, that's what
Just
I
like-
want. I want to
well-
have a badass empowered battle with
That
us
would-
being able to be higher level.
The young
So
gold
that-
dragon is CR10.
And how many hit points does young gold dragon have?
No, I believe it's about 178.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not enough.
I mean,
Well,
that's more than what I
well,
have.
But it's immune to
Well,
fire.
hold up. We have 4
and can
wishes.
do hella damage.
What if you had 2 young
4
gold
dragons.
or 3 young gold dragons?
Polymorph, which means we'd polymorph back into ourselves after.
Yeah, so even
Right.
if you
Well,
died,
true point. But this is also. He only said we could do this if we use 2 wishes to use true polymorph.
Yeah.
So we could. So like
How
you're
would you
using
get
2
there?
wishes to get 1 thing.
Well, we're gonna you see if they have a teleportation circle,
Or just wish
there.
ourselves there. But yeah,
Could we wish for a stronger gold dragon
no.
and use 2 wishes to wish a stronger one?
A single stronger one.
like to summon one. Maybe is there a summoning
Yeah.
spell you could summon?
I don't know if there's a summon dragons spell.
These are not
Could
ideas that I was thinking of, so this is taking a little bit of DM creation. So thank you for being patient.
That's why I was trying to think of, like, when I originally thought of the idea of summoning something that we can control.
Yeah,
Um,
and put another body on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's what I was
Vin
thinking.
wants
The first thing that came to my mind was something golem, but
Vin wants to ask Moanima what he would do. Moanima, what would you do in our situation?
Not fight and run away.
yeah.
If you had no other choice to fight.
How would you resolve
How would
this
you-
situation
yeah.
by defeating Undar?
He wouldn't defeat him. He bow and pledge his fealty to him.
Okay. I'm asking if he had to defeat him in a battle.
You're asking them to metagame.
No, it's not. I'm asking Moanima what he would do.
That's a great question, Austin, but it kind of takes the creativity of ourselves away, doesn't it?
Eh,
Like
Yeah.
Dennis has already given us the latitude of being able to ask Monima of how he would interpret wishes, which is already something that wouldn't normally be granted to us.
that's true.
Here's my question as a real life person. How do we temporarily get ourselves to that level in D&D Beyond?
Oh, we wouldn't temporarily. We have to force ourselves to level up, and then after the battle, force ourselves down.
You
Yeah.
just add the XP and take it away, basically, and you go right back to where you were, which wouldn't be a problem. It just take time for the level up. Most of
No,
the
I'm
time.
more thinking about as a druid choosing, I don't know, 15 new spells of
Oh.
incredibly high power. And
yeah.
it wouldn't happen
Feats
tonight.
and-
I would have to have a whole week or 2 whole weeks to
it's-
prepare.
to even know like what spells you can choose and how to use them.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
But that does sound super fun.
honestly, that's not, I'm not even kidding. That is literally what I thought. Why don't we just like wish for, and I don't know how to phrase it in game, other than like give us the power to fight him, and give us the power to fight him for like an hour, right, or something. And it was like basically in game concept would be like 1 million XP. Yeah, give the group 1 million XP or something, and then we all get a bunch of XP, level us up. We're all going to battle level 17 characters and have this epic, because like it's just cool, this idea of like in the middle of a campaign we all get this massive tier 5 power level for one battle, and then we
Yeah.
drop back down. That's just kind of
Especially
fun.
given
if
that,
he
like
giving us our own avatar states.
yeah,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
especially given that, like, all things considered, we may never play these characters at that level. Like it
Yeah.
might never happen, and so it kind
Yeah.
of gives you a taste of it.
Yeah.
One question that I had, and this was just thinking about it. I don't remember, Crimson, if you've told any of us. I think Monemo almost blew it about you having the box, but
Oh, you guys
where
know
does
I
the
have the
box
box.
go again?
Yeah,
Like,
we know he had his box. We know how the
doesn't
box.
it go to
Well,
a big bad?
It goes to the nine
Five,
hells.
the 9 hells. Yeah.
One of the levels of
Specifically
nine
to
hell.
one of the levels where it was created or
Wherever so if I open it here, it will take us to wherever it was opened in the 9 hells. One day later, wherever we move within the 9 hells, if I open it there, it'll bring us back to wherever I opened it here.
Because I was like, what if we just send him there? What if we just wish to have the capability to use that item to just send him there, and then he can just duke it out? Like, somebody will come out of there very, very strong.
That's basically a
Eventually.
banishment. We could banish
A
Hundar to the
permanent
9
banishment
Yeah.
by extrapolating the power of that.
There is a
But
banish,
if
but
we
he's too powerful.
if we extrapolate the power of the box with that,
The problem with banish foes is a save on it, and dragons have legendary resistance, so he would just decide to save.
But that's what we were saying is, like, if we use it with the box, that's kind of just like this gateway.
So my
Or sending him
fear
through the
would be
box.
though, if
Yeah.
you use the box to send him, does not the box go to the 9 hells?
And who's opening the box?
Oh, the box goes. I thought it was like
So
a portal.
we would either one of us would have to go with him to the 9 hells,
and then
or
swallow
you
the
gotta,
box.
or you
And
gotta
run
give
away.
him the box, but then he has the box.
Which
Yeah,
means in
no,
a
I-
day
There
he
is-
can come back.
Is there a
I-
spell of undying?
What was that?
A spell of undying where you can't die for a period of time.
if there was, I doubt it would fall within the level constraint.
Like invulnerability, or
There's like things that give you momentarily invulnerability, like global invulnerability and things like that, but never like nothing like what you're thinking. Like, what do you mean? What are you trying to get out of it?
Well, I'll take the box and I'll open it up with him.
oh, go in and then for a day try and survive and then come back.
Yeah.
It's such a Ragnar thing to do.
Totally.
Ragnar takes. Well, I don't want to give you guys too much ideas. You give Ragnar the box and give him a wish. He opens the box next to the dragon, uses his
Wishes
wish to
himself
go into
back.
a demiplane, or back.
Oh my gosh, guys! So somebody else uses the wish to be able to use the box instantaneously instead of, because don't you have to long, like short rest basically to use the box?
you have to just concentrate on for an hour. Then I can
Yeah.
open it. If I open it, any creature within a certain radius will be sucked in with me.
Right. So
I think you just have to
You
attune
make-
to it, and then you can open it anytime.
Yeah.
you make a wish that you can use the box instantaneously rather than waiting an hour.
I think you can
Somebody-
use it instantaneously as long as. Let's check the box.
You're tuned to it.
Do you have it?
Oh,
Yeah, check the box.
Well, so you wouldn't have to wait a day.
No, wait. Let's wait for just 1 second.
I think what he's saying is, if it takes time to open it, like you have to concentrate on it for like a minute, for example, before you can open it, or if you can open it instantaneously, as long as it's attuned to you. I don't remember. You have the box in inventory, right, Crimson?
I have the box, but it's not like an actual item I've been able to.
Oh, you don't have the actual item. Interesting.
No, I was never given the actual item.
Open up
Whoopsie
your
daisy.
Well, I think
Is
I
it-
was
yeah,
keeping
so-
some components of it secret, but now that
the-
it's been identified, let's just give it to you.
It's the question is like, can you? Is it you have to concentrate on it to teleport, or is it you attune to it and then you can use it instantaneously?
I need to concentrate onto it to be
Where's
to
it
it,
at?
but then
What
I
is
can
it called?
open it at will.
Okay,
Uh,
so if somebody opens it, concentrates on it, attunes to it, opens it underneath the dragon, sucks the dragon to the other portal. That person has the lamp on them, has the box in their hands, and then uses the wish to wish themselves back here. The dragon is now in the 9 hells.
Malbog. Just
Mulbog's call.
look
yeah.
it up and add it to your inventory.
Guys, this would work.
That's only
It's only a wish.
one wish.
Channel time. There's a channel time to cast. 1 minute uninterrupted.
Okay, so that's the problem. Okay. So we
So
do have to wish. We could theoretically wish.
I think the whole point of that
Make-
was to keep someone from just like randomly opening it and like, oh
Yeah.
We
yeah.
could the-
You mean like what we're
theoretically,
trying to
we can
do?
make a
my gosh.
wish
yeah.
to turn, for one-time use, open the box and have it be an instant spell of teleportation. And then
Well, I have a
then
question. If
have what?
as it opens, does it have to be fully opened in order for it to then suck things in, or is it just as it opens, it sucks stuff in?
I put it as a legendary item, but really it's an artifact. How the item works is, yeah, I know this item quite well. I've been alive for a very long time.
I was like, how does he know?
I've got lots of lore. If you haven't noticed, Muanimo has been here as a lore junkie for you guys. The item was created for the intent of coming to and from planes of existence to bring hordes of people, armies, and cause mass havoc. Naturally, anything that a demon or devil would want to do. This item is of such power that to change its components, maybe temporarily, it might work. It's possible. It's going to be risky.
It's a casting
change
time
it
of 1 minute, right?
Channel time.
But
yes.
Hundar is accepting gifts. So as I'm walking up, I mean, how can I move and walk and open it, cast it to 1 minute, waiting in line, waiting for line. Hundar, I've got a magical box for you that has great summoning power.
Can you walk
blah,
while
blah,
you
blah,
cast
blah,
a
blah.
spell? Like while you're, I don't think there's really a spell that teleportation circle. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm not against that idea.
But basically,
Yeah,
as I'm
like,
presenting this
disguise
box to Hundar as a gift, speaking. I mean, is there a verbal? I mean, it's no verbal. It's just just opening,
The
right?
box.
So cast,
Yeah.
Just opens.
so opening the box, concentrating on for 1 minute, talking to Hundar, explaining what this wonderful gift is for 1 minute.
Well,
and
it's
then as I
open.
present it to him, just
Well, you don't
Keep
even
it-
need to open. You don't even need to talk for 1 minute, because if you open it up a minute before you get to him, and by the time you get to him, it sucks him in.
that's the thing. Is it open it and it takes 1 minute for it to kind of work its thing? Is it gonna do a bunch of stuff and then he's gonna be like, "What the heck's going
The
on?"
last time you tried to open it, you noticed that it wouldn't open unless you, and then you started concentrating on it. You could feel like the magic as you were concentrating. So as soon as it's open, the power ignites. So it takes a minute to open it. It's like concentrating and willing the power to open the box.
I don't.
And then it's all at once. It's almost like activated once it's opened, right? So it's
Exactly.
not like there's not like a full open. It's not like
So
at
you
a
just
certain point it's
concentrate
open.
on
It's
the
like-
item,
Just like boom, it's bam,
Got it.
smack.
and then at the time it's ready to open,
Explosion.
it opens.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, got it.
Guys, we all approach begging apology with the box. Crimson needs to concentrate on the box, so he's not talking because he's concentrating on the spell. We, however, can speak with him.
Yes.
Nemo is with us. We have the lamp in hand as a gift, and the box as a gift. We even tell the dragon what the box is for. Like, you tell him every single thing about it, right?
Yep.
Except for the fact we're casting the spell.
Yep.
We walk in there, it sucks us in. Whoever has the possession of the lamp, the minute we get there, wishes for plane shift back to this existence. Plane shift allows you to take you and 8 people of your choice back.
You have the plane
We have
shift.
to have
Yeah, I was
an
looking at
item. We need to have an item from this plane too, don't we? Like,
We
Well,
are
all
from
of
this
us. We are from this
Yeah,
planet.
if you're from the
Okay.
plane, then plane shift takes you to your plane, right?
so that's
So the only
one
question
wish.
is,
That's
the only
It's only
question
one
is,
wish.
is he just either gonna form an even bigger, badder alliance, and we're just pushing this problem out, or is he gonna beef, over the Nine Hells with somebody else, and only somebody's coming out of that place, and they're gonna be strong. So
Well,
we
so
are
that's-
still just pushing this problem out, but
Well, actually, that is a good point, and maybe maybe what we're doing is terrible because he got a blessing from the avatar of Asmodeus, and we're sending him to the Nine Hells.
But did he? I thought that he took that by force. I didn't think he got a blessing. I thought that he
Oh, it was by
conquered somebody
force?
and got. That's why I
Yeah.
was thinking he might have beef with somebody.
Scatterak is actually named after the prior resident of the mountain.
So what
Undar
we
killed
might
the dragon and took his home. That dragon
so in other
was
words,
blessed by
Undar
Asmodeus.
is dead in the Nine Hells. He's dead.
Yes.
And so we probably turned some demon in the Nine Hells into a devil into a stronger devil.
But that probably was going to happen anyway.
I mean, yeah.
They're-
I mean, eventually.
They're always fighting and getting stronger down there, aren't they?
Yeah. We just have the power level one of them real quick.
I need another LaCroix for this. This is good. This is good.
I mean, this is one wish. I mean, I could see this going sideways, though.
I think this is the
so
most
fast.
plausible idea you've had so far, though. Like,
What if he doesn't accept the gift?
Well, what if he just burns us alive the minute he sees us?
I'm not
Crimson
gone
could
yet.
have
I was thinking.
channels and still be able to not open it until he's channeled the full. Like,
I
I think
think-
that's fair. If you channel
think
for a
at
minute,
this point-
then open it when you want.
Also, I
Okay.
think at this point we've kind of mentally committed to burning 2 wishes. Like, can we just burn like 1 wish to teleport us back? Okay, cool. But can we just like use another wish to guarantee the success of trapping him in this box?
Well, guys, why are we overthinking this? We have 4 wishes. He concentrates on the box here. We wish to be summoned on top, underneath.
Oh yeah, we
Undar.
already have to
He
get over there.
opens the
Yeah,
box.
that's it.
Immediately.
Michael's like,
And then we make another wish to plane shift immediately back.
Yep.
so
And then we have 2 wishes left.
And at the end we have 2 wishes left.
So Muonimo casts his wish, then holds his next action to cast plane shift after. It could be still up to initiative because Muonimo would then be in the initiative role.
Well, no,
But
because
it's
you
a
guys-
surprise attack.
no.
Unless
So
he
you
can't be
go.
surprised.
So what happens? Yeah, but what happens is in the memo, somebody's holding the lamp. Okay, what's called Austin. He's
Mhm.
holding the lamp. He wishes Vin is travel to underneath Hundar, to teleport underneath Hundar. Okay, boom, we're there. Crimson opens the box immediately upon arrival. Okay, we then get jumped to the lamp. Then it passes the lamp to Carrie, who then wishes, using his action, right, to then make a wish to plane shift. We already know, even if we get a breath weapon hit on us, or we give or we maybe give the ramp to somebody who can survive a breath attack, for sure, because Carrie can't survive one.
Oh, he did.
Can he survive one with if we all drink a fire? So we all fire resistance potion.
Just
Then we
to
give
give
us-
us that resistance, right? And then we wish ourselves back. So we're talking, it would honestly be like 12 seconds. This whole thing would happen in 12 seconds. 2 rounds of combat. The first round when you appear under Hundar. The second round in the Hells.
I love the idea of setting this red dragon to the Nine Hells.
What does
I
Ragnar
love
think?
this idea so much.
I just
Ragnar,
want to
you're
be
a
dead.
genius.
Ragnar, you're amazing. You said trap, and we all thought of this. You're so smart.
Wait, no, the padding his confidence. What does Ragnar think of this, though? Does he need to kill the dragon, or does he just want the dragon dead? What is his ultimate goal?
I have to kill the dragon.
So he doesn't really like this idea.
I like the idea of
Guess
trapping
what?
him, but so I can kill him.
Guess what,
So-
Ragnar? We won't. You're not the one wishing for these 2 things. You can have your wish after he's in the Hells.
If we get him to the
Anything you'd like to add to it, maybe?
Does anybody know anything? Would
Get him
would
away
I
from his
know
lair
like
at least.
would I
Does
know
it
the
make him
conditions of
weaker?
the hells?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, would it make him weaker if he's in the 9 hells?
You know that he won't have the power of his lair with him. That's a bonus for sure. Have you
It's still fly though.
ever heard of lair
He's still-
actions?
So
Still fight him.
this is two wishes get us there and get us back. So we still have 2 other wishes if we want to try and kill him in the 9 hells. The wish to wish us out of there is the fail safe to get us out.
So
As long as
but now we're going all full circle. We're coming.
If we're
all the
gonna
way back.
fight him, there's no point in going to the hells for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
for the,
well, unless we want to get him out of his lair.
Why don't
his
we
lair.
use the box as like a last resort? And what if we find a way to teleport him and us out of his
Away.
lair?
But I hear you, and I've thought about
It's
this
just
one. But
burning
you
another
can't.
wish for like no.
Well, we
You
just
can't-
wish for all of us to be and who to arrive at a certain location.
But he has to be willing.
Yeah, there's
Whatever.
that too.
Yep.
He has to be willing to teleport.
What if we took away his lair? What if we just wished it didn't exist?
wish the landscape to return to its?
I'm a noob. Does the lair provide a dragon that much benefit?
There's a.
Oh, yeah.
It's very powerful.
I
It
Within
see.
a
can be
mile
very
radius,
powerful.
he can basically shape the terrain. Like they say, it like it's kind of like to. He's from the fire plane, basically. Like that's where his power draws from. So it becomes kind of more like a fire plane, and he can have some
Mhm.
actions.
He just
with
gains
it.
more power as he gets stronger.
I was
yeah.
I was upstairs. Where did we get off from just sending him to the hells?
Ragnar
I
wants
need-
to kill him.
I want to
Oh,
kill him.
okay. I see. Well, then why doesn't Ragnar just take the box and then we just don't even need to cast wish to come back? You can just go to
But
the
then-
hells and fight him.
Right.
Just solo him.
I could.
I mean, this sounds like what he wants.
That's
I'm
a
just
death
saying.
wish.
So
You
I'm
want-
not gonna leave Ragnar to fight a red dragon by himself
We
in the
don't
9
even know
hells.
Ra-
if
I
that's
mean-
what he's asking for.
I mean,
I want
I'd
to
only
remind
know-
the party
3 days?
Real quick. I want to remind the party real quick that you all brought Ragnar with you because you were going to help him kill the dragon. So
Actually,
by
that's not why I brought him.
well, that's why he came along. He came along because
I-
yeah, we're gonna go kill the dragon.
I
He's like,
joined the group because this is where they were going.
That's true.
okay, that's fair.
It's-
So
But I never agreed though that was gonna be because we're gonna kill him.
And I don't remember
No.
I don't remember talking about whether or not I needed them to help me fight the dragon.
That's
I
fair.
was just
Nope.
wanting to go because they were going, and I just wanted to tag along.
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
So-
So I mean,
Okay.
at that point, you have. I'm just making sure if there's an allegiance and there's a value to that allegiance with Ragnar, instead of like saying, yeah, we can leave him there. Like, well, did you make any agreements? So it sounds like there's really nothing there. So
I mean, we wouldn't want him to stay there because we know that he would probably die.
Yeah, I mean, I as
And you're
a
a
player
good
don't
guy.
want that.
As a player, I
But-
would know.
Well,
well,
as
Vin
a-
wouldn't want
as
to
a
just send
player-
someone to his death, but at the same time,
No,
does that help
But-
you to get rid of a
But-
The greater
powerful
good.
creature?
So-
but I have to
Greater
look
good.
at the
your-
lesser of the 2 evils, right?
But then
Yeah.
the dragon will have the box too
Oh.
if he
Oh.
wins.
That's right.
If he wins the battle,
Ragnar just obliterates this guy.
So can I simplify this down
Ragnar
to
comes back
how
as a
we?
level 20 barbarian
So
with multiple epic boons.
takes the
We're-
avatar for himself.
at this point, we're talking about either we can burn 2 wishes to empower ourselves in the fight against him and get ourselves there. Oh no, actually, so in that case, we would need to do 3 wishes. Get us there, weaken him, and strengthen us, and we duke it out. Or we burn 2 wishes and do this cool plan of banishing him to the hells and just try to convince Ragnar to fight another dragon another day.
I mean,
True.
it
Is
was
there another
Ragnar's
dragon out there
idea.
you know of that you could take Ragnar with you to kill?
Is this Ragnar's ultimate goal?
Absolutely.
Is this his ultimate like final destination goal? His end all? Is this killing this dragon?
I don't think my character has discussed my
His
end all.
I think
plans
this is kind of
with anyone.
been out of character asking though. What
Yeah.
Ragnar in a way.
Okay.
So I guess I would need to ask that to Ragnar in person.
Yeah,
I mean, it
In-
would
in
come up.
character.
It's a
Ask
good
us
time to
Vin.
do it.
Ask us Vin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the voice.
Ask with Vin.
Ragnar, is Hundar your final dragon? Or what is your ultimate goal with killing these dragons?
Hundar is one of many that I want to kill. The dragons are a scourge that needs to be dealt with.
All dragons?
All dragons.
Why are you so against the dragons? What has created this hatred of dragons?
They have ruled for too long, grow in power, while the rest of us live life normally.
That I understand you are a simple-minded creature, but as far as I know, in my travel across the lands, and I'm 121 years old.
As of yesterday.
Happy birthday.
I thank you. I
My
know
71st
of
birthday.
That's what I was thinking.
I know of no kingdoms in Faerun, Cormyr to Sword Coast, Muhrad, all over where this land as far north as Icewind Dale and things and Cannonsport, having talked to sailors from Cannonsport, that I know of no dragon empires or dragons that rule anybody. I mean, sure, they are evil dragons that will, pillage, rape, and murder, as of course. But they're no different than a band of ogres or orcs or goblins who are always exist and kill for pleasure. So why so specific way? What happened with the dragons, and why do you want to kill all of them? They don't seem to be rulers that I have seen. In fact, seem to be more secluded than anything.
Well, this one doesn't seem to be secluded at all.
In fact, actually, he was. He was on an island in the middle of the ocean. We were the ones that woke him up. So he, in fact,
It
was very secluded.
But didn't he have Thane helping him?
The Thanes came to him, yes, but that he was. I mean, for like 50 years, he's been asleep. I mean, that's pretty secluded in my book.
I mean, I slept yesterday. I was alone too.
Yes, but you're not ruling over an entire land.
And as far as I know, Hundar had ruled nothing until yesterday when we woke him up. And as far as I know, once again, I don't know of no dragons in the Sword Coast that rule a kingdom or a people. Yes, they make fear when they soar and things, and the stories of Vince people being killed by the black dragons and such things. Yes, they don't, but it's no different than the gnolls or the different monsters I hunt. Why dragons and why all dragons? From my limited knowledge, I'm not very knowledgeable with dragons. From my limited knowledge, though, specifically metallic dragons are actually quite benevolent creatures.
I would say the same thing. In fact, my well, hold on. Is the bronze dragon? It's not my god, but it's
You hold allegiance to him.
Yeah, you just revere him.
I revere him. Yeah. I would say the same thing. In fact, I rather revere the ancient bronze dragon. I don't remember his name.
Chumirth? Chumirth.
Turmeric.
Chumirth.
Turmeric.
Yeah, you guys called him Chumirth. Yeah. Chumirth.
Turmeric.
Chumirth's flame.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I rather revere him, and he's done great things for Drakemire and my people.
I think the question is, who hurt you?
I've been hurt many times by many people. I have a question. Do I understand what my my weapon does and what kind of things I need in order for it to, hit for its full potential?
Yeah. Your it's the kind of thing where once you're attuned to it, you are kind of offered knowledge of its full power.
Do you have an evil blade that controls you too? Sorry. 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 Good.
That was
I'm
funny.
driven-
Ben, that was funny, Ben. That was funny. I'm sorry for searching you, but that was funny.
I have a blade that allows me the power to eliminate dragons. And the more dragons I kill, the stronger I get.
So, your goal to kill dragons isn't due to vengeance, it's due to gain power. Is this what I'm hearing?
Power to prevent things like what happened to my people, where we got
I know who hurt you.
obliterated from an outside force that we did not see coming.
Was that first force a dragon?
You're asking too many questions.
You know,
Well,
Vin,
If he was fighting
not everybody
in
in
Drakemire,
Drakemire knows about Chumirth or is a follower of Chumirth or has sworn allegiance to him. You know, like this is something where a lot of them were just peasants and simple folk or live their daily lives, and Ragnar might not know to what extent Chumirth has protected or guarded or been a part of your life.
Can I ask you
Okay.
a question?
yeah, go ahead.
What are the Dragonborn? Like, what is their affiliate? Like, are they
Oh.
descendants of dragons, or like, what is their whole? They're just kind of there. They're just doing their thing.
For like outside of character, they're basically an alien race to Faerun. They're brought from another world all itself. They're not descendants of dragons. I really don't even know the entire lore of them, because I know, but to kind of not go into too much detail there, from what Ususi actually said is that what is that location just south of where they are? Time
Time
came from another world and brought the Dragonborns. So
As
you can
part
kind
of the spell plague?
Mhm.
You can kind of collect a bit of data from
Yes.
that, knowing that Dragonborns haven't been around for a long time. They came from another world completely within this multiverse.
Got it.
And actually, which is
And you're old enough that you would
contrary-
probably kind of remember some of that if you've ever been to the material plane. You'd be like, "This is a little different. You guys are kind of weird looking," but
and
magic. You know?
contrary to what many people play Dragonborns as, actually Dragonborns hate dragons. So Ragnar is more accurate than Vin is. So of course, dragons though are like any other race. They can be or do anything, right? They don't have to be what their stereotypical thing is. But their planet they came from actually were enslaved by dragons. So there is a racial hatred typically towards dragons.
Maybe
But you
Ragnar
also
has
have
heard
to-
the tales of his people that are passed down from
Yeah.
him, like,
Yeah.
So we have to
It's
remember though,
instinctual.
spell plague. The spell plague was 100+ years ago at this point. So the generation that initially came here that knows its pre-existence of the Faerun,
It'd be our parents
it would be your
or
grandparents.
grandparents. Yeah.
Yeah. So there would at this point, like Vin wouldn't have known that slavery, but might have been told stories, especially probably Ragnar and his people would have been told stories of the evil of dragons.
And depending on your heritage and your upbringing, maybe your situation was different, and your grandparents, maybe where you were, where they came from that other planet, maybe they were just there by happenstance and were brought to this world. And there's lots of implications of maybe they weren't even part of a slave-owned area necessarily, or as poorly treated. So there's a lot of probably mixed feelings about the situation.
Or they were, and they just became religious, and they decided to
That's true too.
follow a dragon.
And when we
That's-
came to
that's
this
actually
plane,
super
then
fair.
and when we came to this plane, they may have met Chumarith, and Chumarith
Exactly,
Yeah.
and maybe that was the
That's
first
actually
dragon
really
they met
cool
that was
lore.
not as evil as the others. So they decided, you know what, maybe
Meanwhile,
that's not so
Ragnar
bad.
is hearing stories from his parents' parents.
I'm just hearing of all the torture and
Yeah.
the power that they had from there, and that's why
non-religious, people.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's really good.
they-
I really appreciate that because that's really good to kind of play into Vin and Ragnar's kind of motives too.
Yeah.
We have separate
Which is
motives
also-
with similar backgrounds.
which is actually an interesting paradigm too, because Ragnar said it right. I'm trying to stop the tyranny and the whatever dragons. I'm like, but there is none, because he's been taught from his up from the village he grew up
And
in. That
Emotep knows this world, but
Right.
doesn't know the world that we came from.
And
Yeah,
and
which
Ragnar
sounds
may
like
not know the
Vin-
world before either. But
Ragnar
Ben
was-
told all those
was
stories.
raised in a secluded Gray Peak village.
Yeah.
That really didn't have a whole lot of contact with the outside world necessarily.
And where I'm from and where my character is from, Ragnar, he it's a warring town. Like they are the ones that they get, recruited to go fight battles and other things because they're simple folk and they're the small group of
Very
people
cool.
and that is Ragnar's background, is he's a warring he's a warrior. Like that's just what he's always done.
So
He's always known it.
That's actually really interesting, because it's like this Ragnar's tribe held on to the old ways,
The traditions
while
of their
Vin,
fathers.
the traditions of their fathers, which knew and taught of the tyranny of dragons, while Vin's at some point diverted from that.
Split.
And here is, and so Vin is familiar with the current standings of this world, while Ragnar isn't. And so here's Emochip trying to explain to Ragnar, but like their dragons aren't that way. Like dragons are actually quite rare in our world. Anyways, so very cool.
Would Vin like understand that feeling? Because I feel like I would.
You would have heard
understand
some
where he's
stories
coming-
at least,
well,
something.
well,
I'm sure, yeah.
But I understand, like I'd understand where he's coming from, even though that does kind of rub me the wrong way because I don't have that same feeling.
don't
towards
agree,
all
right.
dragons, just toward the evil dragons.
You would
right?
probably have like the history of knowing the stories.
So I want to kind of play this out as like Vin explaining to Ragnar about Shumrith and the story of my people, and explaining to him that like not all creatures in this world are inherently evil. Not all dragons are inherently evil. And then I want to kind of like play into the racial story and ask Ragnar, like, Ragnar, because I would know the stories of where my people had come from before this world. And I kind of want to be like, Ragnar, do you mean the stories of what's the world where we came from? What's the name of it? Do you know?
I have no idea. I think it's Aberall. I don't know. I can't tell. I couldn't tell.
Look it up real quick.
Dragonborns are literally an alien race.
Yeah, but we would know because it's part of like it's in history books of
Wizards of the
our-
Coast basically said, "Oh, Dragonborns are cool. Let's figure out a way to bring in the Fey Rune." That's basically
Yeah.
what Wizards of the Coast said. Enter Spellplague. By the way, that was really embarrassing, guys. Like 3 people walked into the
Abir.
lobby right in the middle of my storytelling of the story of dragons, and like people walk and look at me like weird as they walk by. I was just letting you guys know. I was total
Oh, did you stare
public,
back?
total public nerdity.
Nice.
Abier. Yeah. Abair.
Yeah, because we're on Torel and
Toriel, yeah. Okay, so I kind of want to play it like this, like, Ragnar, are you referencing? Are you still sour over our home world, Abier? And was your family treated as poorly as the stories tell?
I'll be here.
I was not around when we lived there. I've been told stories, and from where we lived, we weren't given much then either. And anytime we had seen dragons or heard of dragons, there was always things being given to others. So I just want them dead.
Well, Ragnar, I wish I could show you the benevolence that some dragons do have, for not all are evil. But you do have a good purpose going toward Hundar, because he's very evil.
I
Can I
also
throw
hate
out there?
bullies.
Oh, sorry, go guys.
Okay. No, go
No,
ahead.
sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh no, you keep it role playing. Sorry, I was ready to jump away from role playing. You guys keep role playing if you want to.
I was gonna say he seems like something that needs to be exterminated. And I don't know if I necessarily have the means, but I have the will, and I'm gonna do it.
But you know you cannot defeat him alone.
This is true.
I understand, your sword gives you great power, but he is an ancient red dragon. He is extremely powerful. And maybe someday you may be nearly as powerful and may be able to take him on, but I'm not quite sure if today's the day.
What, Ragnar? I think for the first time, I see you less as a blunt object, and more as something that was carved from a land torn. And for the first time, I think I understand you. What if we use the wish to make ourselves more powerful, and we go kill this son of a bitch?
You're talking my language.
And I'm saying this mainly out of character. It's almost done tonight. And let's level ourselves up. Let's go.
Yeah.
We've got 2 weeks. Let's give ourselves some power levels here. Let's go kill this mother. So I mean, I know that we've gone around circles, but I think let's just do it, guys.
Yeah, we might as
Let's make a
well.
wish. Let's make our wish to
Yep.
power ourselves up and temporarily
Make
remove
him
the
weaker.
avatar in some way.
Take away his
And-
layer. I think we should take away his layer.
So we have 4 wishes. What if we get rid of the layer and somehow get rid of the avatar somehow, get ourselves powered up, and let's go take this guy on.
Well, I mean, that was the
I mean,
go there, use the box to take him to the 9 hells, and power us up.
Why do that at all?
Because that gets rid of the lair.
But then
Well,
we're
now
fighting him in the
now we're-
hells
now we're in
where
the
we
hell-
might
Yeah, now we've got
met
more
the
to deal
other
with.
demons. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
hells
have
thing
no
was
idea. You have no idea where that box will take you in the 9 hells.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
hells thing was my brain going, we can get more mileage out of a wish if we're using it to empower an object that exists. I remembered that we had the box, and I
mean, if
thought that I remembered that he had stolen his power from a demon. He wants to be a demon, but he's not. And I was like, let's just go let them duke it out. But I like the idea of us just duking it out ourselves.
Because what's like the idea of the box came from the idea that's 2 wishes. We don't have to fight him. We get all his loot, and we can move on with the story. Because Hundar is
Yep.
now in the 9 hells. We don't have to worry about it anymore. That was the idea of the box to me. It's a wish there, a wish back. We get the loot, and we get to move on with the story. Hundar is taken care of, and we fix kind of in a way, not in a way. We fixed our error. I mean, in the sense that we got rid of the threat, at least. We're now heroes, kind of.
yeah, and we'd be able to potentially go through and spend a couple months
Well, yeah, now we have
in
2
in
now we have
game
2
trying to
wishes.
go through and resurrect people too.
Right. Well, yeah. We have 2 wishes now left. Bang. But now, I think you know what? Let's just kill this guy. Let's just have a fun. Let's just have a fun session where we just power up
Let's
and
do it.
kill him. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Hell
do
yeah,
it,
Crimson's-
Ragnar. Let's kill
Crimson's
this guy.
very
Let's
contemplative.
kill him.
No, so I'll go back to my character. I want to do this real quick. So Crimson's gonna walk over to Ragnar. I'm gonna show you my symbol. This is from my homeland. The purple dragons is what I'm alleged to. We call ourselves the purple dragons because our countryside was ravaged by a dragon that as it aged, its scales became purple, and we suffered for generations because of this. If your goal is to take this evil dragon out, I'm with you. Because we've sworn to protect my countryside, and we call ourselves the Purple Dragons because we fought those dragons.
Sounds like we have a plan.
And Ragnar, we may one
How do we
day.
get rid of Lair,
I
though?
may. I may one day introduce you to Chumrith, or not introduce you to Chumrith, but like show you the benevolence of Chumrith, so you may see that not all dragons are evil.
Will she be there?
And potentially, what? What?
She'd be there.
And potentially, give you some purpose in your life, more than just killing.
So what was the wish? Can we go back to these wishes? It's a little bit meta here. What was the
Yeah.
wish to get rid of the avatar?
Seal's
Maybe
mouth
they're
shut.
Sealing his mouth shut. But
So
we
that first-
decided that we could potentially do that with a silent spell.
Which gives her that, but
But-
still has a breath weapon.
But he still has the breath weapon, which is devastating.
Yeah.
But if we
We're
reduce
gonna
his
buy
power-
potions of fire resistance.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
we can buy
affect me, but that's
potions.
cool.
Well,
Yeah, but
You
you already
already
have
That
it.
give me
so
double resistance.
for
No,
for,
okay.
for us that don't have it,
I know. I'm just
That's
kidding.
4 potions. Now we all have fire resistance, and that doesn't take concentration away from us to do that.
Yeah.
And if we
But
power
those
ourselves
those potions are that's not a wish. We just go buy them, right?
yeah.
Yep.
So but we power ourselves up. So metagaming here, right? If we're all, let's say, level 16, 5 level 16 characters against 1 ancient red dragon, that's a fight that we could take. As long as we get rid of the avatar form.
We'd get some good blows in for sure.
And then the other one is the layer. And so maybe the wish for the layer is that for the time of the battle, the plane of water or the plane of fire is closed on the volcano.
Or just get rid of all fire in that region.
Or
I
we
just wish fire didn't exist here.
Can we wish for the plane of water to be in our plane and opened up in that layer?
The question becomes, does that get rid of his layer action? Or is it just like he still has layer action now, we just have a water plane as well as a fire plane on top of each other.
Yeah.
But if you wish for the fire plane was banished for X amount of time, or
Mhm.
was gone,
Right, takes away his power.
takes away his power.
But does it really take away the layer actions? Is the layer actions based on the plane of fire?
Based upon what I thought I understood from Nemo, was basically that was what it was, but maybe I misunderstood what Nemo said.
Or is the layer like its own separate thing and it becomes as if it were part of the plane, the fire plane? And just
He gets to
draws-
transform it, so the layer itself is the problem because he can transform the layer.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. So how do we get rid of?
Would
But
have
if he
to
can't
get
talk,
him.
if he can't talk, can he command the layer to do stuff?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's
It's-
probably just simply just moving or
will.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's on the
That's a good
D20
question.
initiative. He gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Lair takes initiative order actually of his own accord, so it's like senses the threat and does his own stuff basically.
What if we're just all flying?
Well, that's still
I am titanium. Shoot me
that's still an
down.
issue. Like, how do we all fly? So Carrie can
I
turn
have
into a
wings.
bird, but he can't cast spells. I'm on a carpet, but if my carpet burns up, I fall. And as far as I know, Mr. Dragonborn Ragnar doesn't have wings.
I can jump really high.
He can. The strength of whatever 23, whatever you have, you can jump really high.
What if? Never mind. What if we jump on the dude's back?
Appear on top of Hundar.
Yeah. Surprise! Backstab.
Rolls
What
over,
if-
fall in the
Could
mud.
I wish to get a first strike?
Everybody gets a a perfect initiative.
Christ.
And allow me to use my
Oh.
weapon on the dragon and get and put myself in a place where I can get like maximum amount of damage
Do we
possible.
wish?
Max
Wish-
potion of max power. Max power.
Do we wish for all of us having initiative and critical hitting on the first hit?
That's a little OP.
A little OP, yeah.
I know.
But the idea of Ragnar's wishing for first initiative,
Yeah, just the chance to get to hit him first.
because I
Well,
based
one-
upon the fact his weapon, from what I understand, his weapon's pretty OP against dragons.
it's like an uber haste spell.
But we still have a layer to mess with. That's just what I'm trying to think of. How do
Right, we
get-
still got to
how do
get
we
rid of the layer, and we still have to reduce his power because even without fire breath, he's still extremely powerful.
No, but what we're saying though is we're gonna give all of us Super Saiyan.
Yeah, so
which means we could
you're
take
gonna-
hits.
So here's how it'll work. I think that I'll give you guys like per wish used, you get a die that you can roll, and that die plus there's 5 of you plus 5 is the number of levels you can get to level up.
Oh,
So you automatically get
One time,
one
or
level.
for each of us do it?
You can pull from the pool to take power.
So what you're saying is, if you do one wish and we roll a d6 and we get 6, that's 11 levels, then we might not choose to roll another wish to do that. But now, if we roll a 1 and we only got 6 levels, we might use another wish to get another power up, another dice.
Sure.
roll.
That way you
What
can kind of choose
dice?
if you want to use multiple wishes for that, or if you. I think just because of the power of it, probably a D6.
So it would be like maximum 11.
So
Minimum
then two would be a
6.
max would be 2d6 plus 10, because it'd be doing that same thing again, basically. So you
So what's,
automatically
But
get
then
2
that's a
levels
pool.
each.
But that's a pool. So like,
what was-
what
if
are
you
we
get-
level 10 right now? So like, if
Yeah,
we had
so-
11 points, we'd each be able to get to like,
level 13, that's it.
Well,
yeah.
what level can carry cast like true polymorph or something? Because you know,
I don't
That's a level
know that he
17.
gets
That's a level
access to
17.
that.
but if you
It's
pull
He doesn't,
the,
get, he doesn't get access to it.
I don't know.
But if he pulls all those levels to true polymorph,
But his true polymorph is only your character level.
but you could become
But
an
if he's
adult
level
gold
17,
dragon or something.
Druids don't
can
get
become-
true polymorph.
Yeah, so wizards that get it.
oh.
Yeah.
Wizards and clerics.
Well, one level, then you should be to a level 11. That gives you improved divine smite. So that means you're divine smiting every time you hit.
Mm.
I know, I'm almost a
maybe
level
1d6
11.
will be under leveled. Maybe
I'm
maybe
only
you should be better.
600 XP away from level 11.
Really?
Are
That's
we?
pretty close.
Yeah, We're all right there. Right, we're all almost.
Just go kill some goblins or something real quick.
I know, right?
I'm somehow like 4,000 away. I must have missed.
Oh, you know
Missed
what?
something.
You missed. Let's
I
see.
was.
Oh,
I wasn't there for that session.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry.
you get-
I'm 4600
Oh,
away.
Okay. That
No,
sounds right.
Yeah.
I was reading that wrong.
Man, this game is hard because the more we talk about it, the harder it is for me to see Carrie going. We have a strategy that will use 2 wishes. We don't have to fight. We all stay alive, and this guy's out of our hair. I struggle so because Carrie's not in this for fighting dragons. Carrie's not even honestly in this for this realm at all. So it's so hard for
Right.
me to
Well, and it's especially
get in
because,
the
like,
headspace of burning at least 3 wishes and fighting. Like I want to
Yeah.
do it, but
That
how
makes
do
sense.
It's like, how does my
Like,
character
well, and
feel
it's not
about
just
it?
that too. It's also a level of like the only 2 people in this party who feel any guilt about this, in a sense of like killing people, are the 2 paladins. So
Well, and also like think about it this way: if you know,
I mean, sure, I feel
if we
guilty
were-
that people die because of my actions. Sure,
if
but,
you like, if you walked into a room in a building that set off a tripwire and blew up the whole building, is it your fault for walking in the room, or is it the person's fault that set the tripwire? Like, yes, we woke this dragon up and
Insurance
like
company will cover that
accelerated
because you
this.
tripped the wire.
Yeah, like yes, we woke this dragon up and accelerated his schedule, but like
He's
it's not
ultimately
really
the one
our
that did the
fault
destruction.
that
He was gonna be doing it
we
anyway.
didn't create this problem.
Well,
I'm
yeah, we didn't make him evil.
Yeah, well,
No.
and anyways, I'm just saying it's not like the guilt wouldn't be there, and like we are talking about dealing with the problem. I'm just like, how can I do the real service to my character, and you guys can still outvote Carrie in doing the plan of fighting him, but I just don't see Carrie not saying, let's try to just
It,
warp him to the
it,
hells and get
because
get
it
out of there.
makes sense because the guilt that Imhotep would have had was like, dang it, Mintarn's fire, Mintarn's destruction, I had a hand in it, and then we discover a way for the two paladins to use their wishes because they're the ones that are really upset about this to get rid of Hundar, which is the actual threat.
Right.
And if the threat is gone, we now fixed Mintarn's destruction, and we kind of fixed our own heir in the turn, and we still have the box and not leave it in Hells. Two wishes left, which means Carrie maintains his wish that he can now use for himself to what his main purpose is, and then of course then Ragnar would keep his wish, which is a whole thing in its own.
I still think we need to stick with the RP aspect of this because we just went through a whole RP of sticking with Ragnar and saying, "Yeah, we're gonna kill this thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No, I don't think I'm backtracking that. I'm not backtracking that. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I am a little bit because Chris wants to kill the thing. Chris wants to, and I empathize with Ragnar, but there's a level of like there's a two-wish option here that Hundar is now no longer a concern of Faerun.
And it's always tough because we're blending roleplay and metagaming in a session very heavily. You know, it's like the whole
Yes.
box discussion was meta. I don't think our characters
no.
went into that at all. So
Nope.
it's like that wasn't really in there. And like
Well, I think it
I'm
was.
just
I understand what you're saying there, but I think that was in character, just not with in character voices.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
so. But
you all know about the box.
Some of
Crimson,
it would have been,
right?
I would say.
I just think
This
also,
could be like a table round discussion, essentially. It's like we're all
Crimson's
just
totally Crimson's drawn to the box. He wants to use the box.
yeah. And also me as a player, I think it's easy. Like I got caught up in like, okay, let's do this, but I'm like, sometimes I just need to be like, dude, Carrie you guys would have to work so hard to convince Carrie that he needs to go fight this dragon, and we're gonna burn these wishes to do it. I just think it would be so difficult.
Wow, wow, wow. Pull it out, Austin.
So Miranda has no idea what we're saying, and she just sees him dance.
She
like
just
that.
knows.
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Got
Shut
demonetized
up.
again. Got
Okay.
demonetized again.
It's morphin' time!
Getting demonetized.
How much is a
in
million
character?
XP?
In character, Imhotep and Vin just had a moment with Ragnar and
Right.
empathized with the situation. I don't want to backtrack the roleplay and like retcon that
No,
conversation.
I'm not.
And
backtracking.
Crimson.
I just-
Here's the
I'm
thing, though.
I'm just pointing
Carrie,
out that that's been. I think we want to like stick to that, and from there, Carrie can speak up and be like, "But why?"
Yeah.
You know, that's
I was
what
just,
you have
I
to,
was gonna say,
bridge.
like, Carrie just saw us have this whole explanation in RP, right? And our reason behind what we're doing. So maybe that can play partially into convincing. I don't know. What would Carrie? Go ahead, Carrie.
what would
Yeah, I
Carrie
mean,
do?
I
What
think
would
he's.
Jesus do?
I think he's. I mean, Ragnar. Listen, don't get me wrong. I completely understand the total genocide of a people. My entire sect is all, as far as I know, either dead or slaves. I spent about 100 years as a slave. Imhotep here has just learned that his entire people may be dead due to the due to the spell plague,
Not may, they are.
or likely are. All I'm saying is, you'll have, if revenge against the dragons is what you want, we can do that without fighting him. Now, if you're bloodthirsty and you want to power up your sword, I get that. But I don't know that I want to throw my life away and my wish away, which might be the only way of me ever getting back to my home, just to fight him, when with 2 wishes, we might just be able to get him out of our hair, and he'll get his just desserts in hell, where he belongs.
You do the math on that, Austin, already?
Yeah, that's 4 people to level 20,
With
Or all of us to like
2
level 18.
wishes or 1 wish.
or all of us to
One
like
wish.
level 19.
1 wish, Dennis. 1
That's
million XP is a lot of XP.
Temporarily or permanent? I bet that's gonna be
That's not from
temporary,
one.
right?
That's not from 1 wish. Look how many
That
experience
is-
points it takes.
Yes,
Yeah.
not much.
Not 4 people. That's 100k per
Yeah.
level. That's 10 levels. You're level 10.
100k.
Look at the
Where are you
experience
getting
point
100k?
sheet. Look at the attachment.
I am.
It's not 100k per level. That's
Yeah.
total
I
experience
see.
points.
I see. You're right. Yeah, total points, huh? So
Yeah.
it's only 40, for example, from level 10.
If we
level
go to
12,
300
okay.
and hold on, let me do some math. Hold on. Oops.
1 million XP goes a long way, Dennis.
Well, because I was looking at that wrong is the problem. Continue role playing, please.
Yeah,
That was
continue.
it. Kerry made his peace.
I don't necessarily agree with genociding a people. I just feel the dragon is a scourge and is, without it being checked, has great consequences, not just for my people, but for everyone.
But we're not talking about leaving it unchecked. We're talking about leaving it literally in hell on a different plane. We're just talking about not putting our lives on the line to make it happen.
Well, then I will go alone. I
Well,
can
you
do
won't be
that.
alone, Ragnar. I have already given you my word that I will help you fight this dragon. So, I think a wish to power us up, a wish to get us there, let's kill this son of a bitch.
I've seen what dragons can do. My countryside is still recovering from what happened to dragons. We can stop this one here and now. I'm with you, Ragnar.
How many wishes would that take? Maybe Carrie reserves his right to keep his wish, you know?
No, but I'll tell you what, if things start going sideways, I'm leaving you. We have a way of doing this without fighting. You're choosing to fight because you want to take the glory and you want to power yourself up. And that's fine. I'll come with you. Somehow you've convinced all these other people that fighting's the way. But if things go sideways, I'm leaving.
I mean, I can't blame you,
Stealing
Kerry.
character.
I can't blame you, Kerry. In fact, I think the best way to do this, since Kerry, you are a willing but unwilling participant, would be that. I mean, obviously, I don't have a wish anymore, but that the 3 of you make your wishes to make this happen, and then give Kerry the lamp. So that way,
Well-
when he does run, he at least has his wish with him.
To be honest with you, Imhotep, I'm surprised at you as well. I would have thought that your number one priority here would have been preserving your own life to try to get back to your people, and your mother
dead.
for that matter.
The
But
dead.
you're willing to put your life on the line for when we have another solution.
The solution is there, correct. But I have no wish. I have no power in this choice. You know, all I did was recover the lamp with you guys, but I have no more wish now. I got you out of safety, and doing so, discovered my people are dead. Might as
And-
well die with them. I mean, my people are dead. I might as well go with them. And what better way than to go down a blazing glory, like fighting a red dragon? And if I win, then I can have more money from his riches of his pile, and I can return here with money to do all the things I can. If I die in a blaze of glory as a last standing member of my order and of Muharan, and I'm fine with that. I'm done. It's either death or glory for me at this point. I'm the last one to stand. What does it matter? What is my matter? Why does my life matter anymore? I am the last one of my people. Why does it matter? Why does it matter that I exist anymore? None of them exist anymore.
Emo tip.
Yeah. I mean, except for your mother, who would be heartbroken and alone. But whatever.
Did you just
But
make an
she's
emo
old.
joke?
Yeah, well, because he was emo. Yeah,
you
he
missed
was
my
emo.
joke at the
Step,
beginning.
yeah.
I made that joke at the
That
beginning.
was my joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
That was my joke.
Okay, well, like I said,
listen
I'm
back.
on board with fighting it, but at least now I've done right by my character.
Well, I think that
And
it's
you
a
actually
majority
trapped
rules.
me. I had to figure out a way to get myself out of my own mess.
Yeah, because like last session you were just like, screw everything else. I'm going to the desert to find if my people are still there. So Carrie's just like, where did that go?
But it went to the point of now I'm going to another grief cycle, and that is like my life doesn't matter anymore. What does it matter?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I should be dead anyways. With my
Yeah, I
people.
should be dead anyways. I should met my people. So what does my life matter anymore?
What's
Might
funny?
as well.
Yeah.
What?
I was thinking, like, what's funny is that like you really haven't lived that long at all. At all.
I think
I
I put my
also-
character
I
at
just-
I think I'm like 26 years old, but like
But
yeah,
the
it's
emo
still-
thing fits with that though.
I
I'd
also
be so
just
depressed. I'd be so depressed.
Oh, yeah.
man.
totally metagaming. And again, just to preface this, I am super on board with fighting this dragon. But I just want to remind, for example, Crimson and Vin, that this is a tangent from this world-ending situation that, as far as we know, we're the only people who know about and are capable of dealing with, which is the shards and that entire situation. So just just as a reminder, there's
But
a lot
at the
else
same
at
time-
stake that we
the
might
same time-
necessarily not want to throw our lives away for a dragon fight that we could avoid.
But
Oh,
at the
but
same
you should
time,
say
we
that. Why do
know
you say that in
because
character?
Because Carrie doesn't. I mean, like, yes, you've probably like kind of
That's fair.
brought
Well-
Carrie up to speed on the shards,
Well,
but
I
I don't
just
think
explained-
he has the history of the shards and
Yeah.
and
Is
all
Carrie-
of that.
Carrie might not be quite as in the know as you guys have been
That's
going
fair.
across, Baldur's Gate and everything.
I mean, even Emmett doesn't really know what's going on. I mean, in regards
Yeah.
to shards.
You don't.
I mean,
Yeah, you don't care about the shards. Who
That's
cares
why
about
I said
shards?
total. That's why I was like totally metagaming.
But-
But this is just something that's like maybe should be considered.
Well, here, let's
I
go back
think,
to the
though,
roleplay.
I think that Vin and Crimson would understand that Hundar has now become the main problem because of the potential that Hundar faces
But
against
there's
the
a
entire Sword
there's a
Coast.
Hundar go away button that doesn't risk our lives at all.
No,
is what
okay.
is the
Wishes.
argument that I'm making.
Yeah,
It's
No, I got
Two
cheaper,
wishes.
guaranteed, and
It's a
and
temporary
it's
go
totally
away.
low risk.
Let's roleplay
Yet there is
this.
still a
Let's roleplay
chance
this
that
because this
we could die.
seems like a
But-
good conversation.
But it's not a role play that can be initiated by Carrie, because Carrie's not the one invested in the shards and that whole what is the order that we were a part of? There's a whole order, and Carrie's not even a part of it. But
There
you
was it was like
were
the Fellowship of the
sworn
Ring,
to
and
a
then
duty.
the Fellowship dispersed except for two of them. Like Sam and Frodo
Yeah.
show up, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah. So yeah.
we got this ring."
It's just something that on our bi-weekly playing schedule, I just wanted to bring it back to the forefront that this whole thing is kind of like a tangent.
So
In
Terry makes the
which,
point that he's gonna jump ship if it goes sideways. That's kind of where
Yep.
Yeah.
the characters are.
Well, we're
As-
all gonna die if it goes sideways.
Hundar killed a dragon that was Asmodeus. Asmodeus is bound to the red gems which I carry. And if in that discussion that came
You
up,
keep my name out of your mouth.
I'm wondering if the treasure
Don't call me
treasure
Shredder.
hoard holds another red shard.
Mm.
Because if he was a dragon that followed Asmodeus, he may have more red shards. So in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there like, I want to go for that hoard, not for the treasure, but I'm in the lookout for red shards right now.
Well,
So
let's
are you
do it.
setting? I'm going to do this in character. I feel like that Crimson would say this in character. So I'm going to look into. So are you saying that that you're not just that fact that you pledged yourself as a Purple Knight to Ragnar, but you're also saying that the destruction of Hundar actually continues to further the course of the mission against the shards. Then,
Yes, if Hundar killed a dragon that served Asmodeus, there may be more red shards that we need to collect. So we need to search that horde that he has.
or not just searching the horde, right? I mean, if he is a servant of Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is using these shards to wreak havoc on Faerun, that would not be very good to leave such a powerful creature under Asmodeus's control or worship or whatever he is alive. I mean,
Well, I don't think it was Hundar's not a follower of Asmodeus.
No,
The
but
current- the-
Hundar has the power of Asmodeus.
Yes.
And
So
Asmodeus
yeah.
would still be able Asmodeus would still be able to use that power if he somehow came back with those shards.
sort of. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, sort of. I mean, I know that I said I want to die, but you are speaking so much logic. Dang it.
In the lobby of the hotel, he's just like, I want to die.
Dude, no, like I am so
I'm going to
like
kill myself.
I am so
You're
confused.
gonna think you're racist.
I'm so confused, and the only thing I can think of is that I am willing to die against to kill this dragon with you, Ragnar, and I can feel your sense of urgency to kill Hundar. But as talking as with our fellows here, Ragnar, is killing this dragon really actually, and my death or my glory against this Hundar really necessary? Because the banishment of Hundar to the Nine Hells, who is an adversary of Asmodeus, allows us, as Crimson said, to get hold of the shards. So, I mean, to Crimson against you, even, who has pledged yourself with Ragnar, uh, getting rid of Hundar, to cut his point, should be the primary goal for both for the shards as well as for the people of Minton, where I also, train director, will jump into the fray with you and fight this dragon if that is our decision, and I will do so with all the vigor I have and power I own to do so, and die in glorious battle with you if that's my call. But is that the best thing for Minton and for this crisis of the shards?
I feel like we took this quest with the wishes to be able to use the wishes to help us in our quest with the shards. That's the whole point behind us doing what we're doing with Monimo. I mean, maybe we do conserve our resources enough, because if our plan is essentially to kill Hundar, it would take significantly more than what we have. It would take all of our resources except for one wish, which Carrie would then be using, which he rightfully can, to gain that power to go back home.
Nemo, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is you know so much about this box and this artifact's design and purpose. What was this box in the Nine Hells? Can you give us a description of its location upon using it?
I unfortunately don't know. I wasn't there when he used it.
Who used it?
That's a great question.
Brought it back to Art.
I know it was crafted by an archdevil of great power. At that time, who was the ruler of Mulborge, that layer of the Nine Hells. And it had gone back and forth for some time through many different planes. Well, no, because it's meant to bring them to the material plane, back and forth from and to the material plane. I don't know. I just know the artifact and I've heard of it, and really kind of know some of the details about how it's used. I don't know who used it last.
Just to be playing devil's advocate here, if you know so much about it, is the box one of one? Or would we be pushing him over to the realm with it and he can just come back tomorrow with one of another 100 of these boxes?
It is a unique artifact of immense power that took years and lives and probably nations to craft.
So
And
the
if
reason, right? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and what are the odds of us getting stuck over there if we do it this way? If we use one of our wishes to get ourselves back via a plane shift or something, is that within your power? Or is there a chance here we get stuck into hells if we do it this way?
The power of the box allows you daily to be able to use its recall power.
And
does-
Nemonimo can use his spell to cast our ability to get back without any recourse, correct, Nemonimo?
Yeah,
shift?
plane shift is within my power, absolutely. In fact, you would then know the location of where you were in the planes more or less by geography, what's around you.
Would that affect the box? Because the box works as a one way. If we use the box to go there, then we plane shift back. Box come with us.
It'll recall you back to the plane where it was last used, or rather to where that plane was. So you'll come back to the material plane. If you use the box again, you'll go back to where it had taken you that first time.
No. If we don't use the box, if
When
we
you-
do
Box
not
moves.
use the box,
Box will come
but
with you.
instead we, yes,
Box comes with us.
Okay.
That matters.
So the box would still come with us, and it would still be linked to that location
To
wherever
that location.
we plane shift.
Did I hear that correctly? That Moanimo just has the power
So-
to plane shift?
Yeah.
With
If-
his
Like, we
we
don't
wish
have to
it.
wish it?
He has to wish it.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't have the power. We've already asked him that. No,
Okay.
he doesn't have that power. We do have to wish it. So
He has the power to
I
go
have
to
a-
his home plane, but not to.
I have a
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he actually
I have
might
a-
plane shift. I'm gonna check real quick.
Oh, because we have a contract with him that he would tell. Like, remember, like he would help us in this case.
He does have the spell
Hold
plane
on.
shift.
Oh boy.
Would you
So we
plane
can do it
shift this
without
back without a wish? Would you plane shift this back without a wish?
If it means that I keep my life and I get my loot and I'm out of here within a month, you got it, bud.
Okay, guys, hold up.
Okay.
Game change.
Ragnar.
I
have
forget
a
my power
suggestion.
sometimes, just that I've had
What
shackles for so long.
What do we all, Ragnar? Where we all get what we want. With one caveat. Number one, using the box, using our wish. This is my idea. Using our wish to summon ourselves, to teleport ourselves underneath Hunda. Instantly use the box to get us to the 9 hells. That's one wish. Before traveling there, we wish ourselves to be Super Saiyan. That's it. That's a Muharrad term, Super Saiyan. And we then he is now in the 9 hells, away from his lair, and we now fight him in the 9 hells.
Does he?
We Imhotep Muminimo, we are about to lose the battle, or one of us calls for you to get us out of there, would you answer the call to plane shift us without a wish?
Absolutely. You have to hold hands. That's the only issue. If you get separated,
Ooh.
I cannot fulfill.
Are you just saying this because you're funny, or are you serious?
I am 100% serious.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Inside check.
I don't think it's a thing.
I don't know enough about magic.
It sounds like the DM is being
Dennis
serious.
Dennis, I mean, he can make it serious, I guess, but I don't think it's the spell that have to hold hands.
Hold on, I just had it up.
You have to- You have to do like midsummer. Hold hands around a circle.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's correct. You have to link hands. You are right.
Oh my
I am
gosh.
wrong.
Oh wow.
And then to get back,
Okay.
it says if you know the sigil sequence of a teleportation circle, I put on there. Yeah, I can only bring you back to a location that we can teleport to. So we'd have to know if we have someone that can lend us their teleportation circle.
Well, there's got to be one here.
I'm
Or-
sure this
or I'm
lady
sure-
here.
Oh, there's
would
one.
I'm
do
sure this
it.
There's
lady
one
has a
here.
teleport circle. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, she seems pretty smart. Sage of great power. Freed all the lands of slavery.
Does transporting Hundar to the Nine Hells remove his ability to call upon
Knock
his
it off, Emily.
avatar?
I think we covered that. I don't know if it removes to use his avatar state.
If he calls upon the power, it will ignite. He just has to use the words, and the power is unleashed.
so
Even in
what
the
we
night.
do then is we use the silent spell in my willingness spell storing and cast it on Hundar, keeping his mouth closed so he can't do that. If the silent spell gets decreased, goes away, then we can. Then maybe that's a trigger for all of us to link hands and get the out.
So we just have to keep ourselves permanently in the perfect breath attack weapon circle, because there's no way we would be able to take actions to get back to each other.
Hello.
Come play with us, Emily.
But by doing this, Ragnar, you have the ability to have the fight you want. We have the ability to banish Hundar to the Nine Hills if the fight goes awry. And we have the ability to still give Kerry his wish that he needs for his people.
And we have the ability to potentially save another wish for our own good.
Yeah, because it's one wish to get the Hundar, wish for Super Saiyan. Then it's and then it's a matter of one for Kerry and one for fun. Well, probably more for the shards and what we have to do with that thing.
Yes, our original quest.
Unless we do one more thing, and we just make sure we win for Ragnar's sake, as we've all pledged ourselves to defeating Hundar, and is giving Kerry the one wish that he needs, using one of the four wishes to decrease his para, Hundar's para, by 1,000 years.
Rather than powering us up.
No, both.
But that's 3 wishes.
Teleport, power up, power down.
And then we give Kerry a wish.
But that's still
It
it still goes back to it still goes back to the same point I was making earlier, that this entire quest was for our purpose to use the wishes to gain power rather than to use the wishes to fight some dragon.
But Vin, what I am trying to achieve here is I have pledged my honor to Ragnar in defeating this dragon. I've heard you do the same thing, as well as Crimson. But I also listen to Kerry that defeating the dragon does not mean necessarily kill him, as much as get him off this plane. So by getting him to the Nine Hells, we've defeated him, and now we can, for Ragnar's sake, attempt to kill him there. We will weaken him by his age, weaken him by getting him out of the lair, and we have powered up ourselves to enable us to kill him faster and with more efficiency. And with Nemo's help, without using a wish, we get out of the plains, out of the Nine Hells, like that. And we still give our friend Kerry the wish for his people. And which means we will come back here to this plane of existence with Hundar gone, a hoard of gold, possibly red shards, which also we need, correct? And we can continue our mission. And may I remind you, Hundar only was birthed yesterday, and all of this were to take place in one more day. We are only 2 days behind are already our schedule of the shards.
Hmm. Would we?
Well,
Do we
actually,
keep the experience?
we're actually more like 3 or 4 days behind because we had that trip with going off the boat and going off,
and,
to the
and
to the
Mintarn and
but
yeah.
what all Mintarn was because of storm, but really would be 4 days behind leaving from Mintarn. But then, of course,
Uh,
the whole ship just got destroyed because of him. But that we can figure that out.
does the wish experience is that permanent or is that temporary?
Temporary.
Dang.
But we'd get the experience from killing the dragon.
You would get
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
we
do
get the
get
experience to kill the dragon,
and it's hella.
which is probably a lot. Yeah. It's not. It's,
and it's up to the DM which experience he would give us, right? I mean, would he
Yeah.
give us the ancient dragon experience for using 3 wishes to kill him, or would he give us the adult dragon experience because that's actually one we fought?
I also hold the right to grant.
What the hell is that? Dude, that's so creepy.
I also hold the right to grant experience for the creativity of abolishing a threat without fighting it. Just so you guys know, so you're not murder hobos.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Vin
know.
agrees.
I know Brennan's gonna have to get off here. So,
I know. Dang it.
is there a final
I
decision?
I can stretch it for. I mean, it's just sleep.
I like
boss.
the
There's no,
plan.
Let's do it. I'm tired of waiting and talking about doing this. Let's do it.
What is it?
Super Saiyan mode.
5 potions first.
Dragon.
We gotta go shopping.
So
Shopping.
we gotta go shop, get potions.
Go get potions.
Talk
Super
to the
Saiyan
High
mode.
Mistress, see if she's got anything she can give us equipment wise.
Remember that you
teleportation
have to go to a
circle.
teleportation circle. So it's going to take you getting back to Baldur's Gate, back to Mintarn, and up into.
Well, I thought we were using one of the wishes to
teleport.
to
but
Undar.
But when you
But
plane shift back, it has to go to a teleportation circle.
Yeah.
Yes, so we need to find a teleportation circle.
But what I'm saying is, if that teleportation circle is here in High Mascar,
we'd have to find our way back to where
from the loot and everything else. I'm just pointing that out. I guess you could use another wish to teleport back there, but wow, those wishes went pretty fast.
Well, we could also maybe kill some things on the way.
Oh, I got
but
adventures you can do on the way for sure.
If the loot is just sitting there, it's gonna be everybody else there is gonna take it.
Yeah. Also, if the paladins do feel as bad as they seem to feel, we owe some of this dragon's loot to the city that was destroyed by the dragon. Just following that logic out there.
Maybe it got destroyed in the battle and we never seen it.
Also, how do you get rid of the anti-magic field so you can open up your portable hole to put the loot in?
But you just
we just haul it out.
Yeah, we just haul it out and put it in the portable hole.
Nah, just kidding.
Manual labor.
Just take a while.
Also, I just realized how this is actually just not even going to be that fun at all for Carrie, because Carrie's whole job as a brand new 17th level druid is going to be cast silence, polymorph, and fly away, and maintain concentration on silence. I won't get to use any of the fun spells.
Well, you don't want to be here anyways. So.
You guys were gonna fight.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, yeah, but like Carrie's role in the fight, like since we're not using a wish for it, we're casting silence on him so he can't activate super dragon mode. And Carrie's the one who's gonna cast silence because then he can maintain concentration while flying away.
Oh yeah, and you should probably familiarize yourself with the wording on silence because that will matter.
You can pick an object.
You can pick
or
a
a
point.
thing.
Yeah, pick a point.
Yeah, pick a point. So you can pick a point on top of his nose.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a location you have to pick, and that location. So if I pick a certain location, you can move out of it.
I thought so. My understanding of silence, and this is again Pathfinder, but I thought so with silence, you can cast it on an object, inanimate or unattended, and then anyone in that radius is affected by it. But if you cast it on a person, they get a save. That's how it is in Pathfinder. I don't know how it is in
Yeah. Am I misremembering silence?
If we're casting it on him, I feel like he gets a save. He won't get a save if we cast it on an object, but then he could just move outside the radius of that. But I don't know how it works in this game.
It's, from what I'm reading, it's an oversight of whereas like using light or another spell can be cast on an object and uses that specific language. Silence says a point you choose.
It's not a
within
save
range.
then. It's like darkness.
It's not a save, correct? And
it's an inherent area that automatically makes it so you can't say anything.
It can't move.
I would
I
say
guess,
it's
are you saying that?
it's like casting darkness on like a location, except it's a location of silence, is how I understand it, and
So
not
you're saying that
a
Jeremy
cloud of darkness.
Crawford corrected this? Are you saying Jeremy Crawford corrected this in like a Wizards of the Coast update?
I'm just reading all the wikis and stuff that are in Reddit. That's
Darkness is a little different because darkness specifically says you can cast it on an object.
Yeah, it
Darkness
does. You can
does?
cast it on. Yeah, you can cast it on your head, on your helmet, and darkness will follow you around in your helmet.
that's pretty neato.
Whereas this one doesn't say an object.
But it says a point, and which is the reason why everybody's interpreted it. You choose a point, and the silent spell is now attached to that point.
So you choose like a point on his horns on his head or something.
Right, that's the way it's always interpreted. You choose a point on his head, and if he moves his head, that point moves.
I think
And
I think the
it's-
argument is since it doesn't say on a creature object, I don't know, but
So
Yeah, Paul,
it's a point. It stays on a point rather than actually making an object magical with that. So like the object emits darkness, but instead the point.
So I will succeed to the fact that I've always interpreted this incorrectly. When you read the darkness spell, it says you choose a point, but then it further says if the point you choose is an object, then it moves. While the silent spell does not specify that. So basically what they're saying is you picked a spot in the Y, Z, X axis, and it now remains in that Y, Z, X axis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing it is a point, neither an object nor a creature.
So really the silent spell doesn't work anymore, so we need a wish to make him so he can't say anything.
Well, it would work, but he could just move out of it.
Correct, yeah.
Right,
Is
but
the
which
danger.
Work
doesn't
for one
help.
round,
It's-
basically.
yeah.
you need the mute spell or whatever equivalent it's
That-
in D&E.
Yeah.
Unless I am next to him and my sentinel pops off.
Does
Then
that
he
work
can't
on
move.
does that work on such large creatures, or is it any creature?
That's a DM call. I just watched a
Yeah.
video on that where Matt Mercer's basically like, okay, how would Sentinel stop a dragon?
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
not just
fine.
that. You have a 20-foot spear right here, and his head's in it. What if he just goes like, I move my head outside the spear and I yell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
guess
moving
its
my body,
radius
I'm just
isn't as
moving my
big.
head.
When you hit a creature, it just says creature.
No, yeah,
With
but it's
With an opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0 for the rest of their turn.
we're not talking. The dragon doesn't need to move. He's moving his head out of the range of the spell. Is what we're saying.
It's
And
it's
the
one,
dragon is
it's
a
one of those
gargantuan.
bigger
would say
DM
that
calls.
I would say that the
Oh.
size of the dragon compared to the sphere, like if the dragon's bigger, then yeah, it can have that part of
It's
its
a-
body. But I
It's
also
a
think that
gargantuan dragon.
you have to be a little intuitive with that not move portion, because what are you doing to stop the dragon in that case? Like a young dragon, like maybe you hamstring it like its wing or something as it tries to fly away, and that's more feasible. But for such a large dragon, that could just like freaking roll over and crush you. I don't know.
You're attacking it enough to where it's keeping its concentration on you. And you can say
Anyways,
that.
that's all fine and dandy. But if silence is going to stand still, then I don't think that is a solution you guys are looking for.
What about is there like a magical locking spell we can lock his jaw shut?
No, it's exactly like that.
It doesn't work like that. Ah, dang. Almost like a muzzle, a magical muzzle.
So the
Harry's-
group has
Harry's just-
decided to at least
As we're
teleport
yeah, as-
there, attempt to kill it, or transport it first to the firefly and attempt to kill it, and either. Oh, Ian power yourselves up, so that's 2 wishes, right? Are you debating about using another wish to weaken it? Was that the
Yeah.
other thought?
I think the other wish to weaken it was a guarantee. The plot hole was we didn't think it would cost a wish to stop him from using his super power up. We thought
Yep.
silence would do that, and then it won't.
Yeah.
So the question is, guys, is powering ourselves up and powering him down good enough to fight the dragon with the avatar?
Can Mo and Nemo Mo and Nemo, can you just
My
since
God.
and Carrie just kind of laughs and he's like, I must say, you you mortals are some strange people. You know this Dragonborn for what? A couple of days now, and you're pledging your lives to to help him fight the dragon. Ted, we have another way to deal with, but he's just laughing. All of that aside, Mo Nemo, you know about this power. How much power are we talking for him using this avatar?
It's enough power to cause a lot of destruction. I don't know exactly how it manifests. I just know that the Asmodeus had granted an avatar form that he can either take, that Scouterak could have taken or summoned. And I don't know to what extent that is. I don't follow Asmodeus's Twitter page or anything like that. But when Hundar took Scouterak down, before he could use the power, he took upon himself that power. And I was simply there to sustain it.
We don't know where in the Nine Hells we're going to be transported to either, and if there's going to be devils around. They might fight us. They might fight Hundar. They might try to just kill us all. We have no idea what we're walking into when we go there.
Yeah, what I'm hoping was when we transform ourselves there, that is that we are, when you fight something, it typically, a combat of most any size doesn't last too long, and that our presence won't be known. We'll be in and out quicker than the devils can react to our presence. Of course. So that's the reason why I asked Nemo where we are. Because, if we are just drop ourselves into, like, the palace of some archdevil, then that wouldn't be good. But if we drop ourselves into some, garden or some kind of structure where nothing is at, we might be able to very well be isolated for long enough that we can fight and disappear without anybody knowing our existence of that came in them. That's the gamble we have, which is also why if we do this and we're all already linking hands and we appear in the Nine Hells, find ourselves surrounded by devils and in a bad situation, then Nemo, all he has to do is plane shift us out. And we got rid of Hundar, we still have the box, and we still have our lives.
And then just curious, not that I really want to be thinking about this, Monemo, but say we do all this and we get to the plane of the Nine Hells. What if he kills you? Do our wishes go away?
That's a really good point. Yeah, definitely. I grant the wishes. Yeah, wishes are gone.
Yes,
So
but at the same time,
our power up and he would probably know that, would he not? That's up to you. But would he know that killing you would be the way to resolve these issues for him?
I'm sure he would.
I'm
sure he would.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know where our power is coming from. He would just assume we were strong.
I mean,
we could just have you.
I don't know what the
lamp.
intelligence on an ancient dragon is, but it's probably high enough. He spent hundreds of years with Mo and Nemo. He's suddenly weaker. We're suddenly stronger. I just feel like he'd put 2 and 2 together.
Mo and Nemo could just hang out in his lamp, and he wouldn't even appear until we needed him.
But we need him split-second decision to be able to plane shift us out, and he has to be linking our hands.
Yeah.
I both love and hate this entire session.
Oh, it's terrible and wonderful and awful.
You got so far, but also not far at all.
No.
As a player, I want to fight Hundar so bad. That sounds so much fun.
But as a character, can you really justify it
But
to yourself?
as a character who's like, I'm imagining Imhotep. Okay, we're gonna kind of bring us back into the game here. I imagine Imhotep pacing around this room as we're talking about all this, because we're kind of speaking out of character and kind of meta right now. but we're also like I can imagine us all in this
Michael,
room,
you're so cute.
in this room, and possibly even with like calling in the sage for help on times. Hey, how does this spell work? And do you have
Oh
this ability for
yes, I have
spell?
a lot of experience in this realm, and absolutely you can use the teleportation circle. And no, please don't bring that dragon back here. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
And
Well, and
you
then
are
she's
banished
like,
from my
hey, how
land
does
if you ever come here with anything more than gold.
well, and then it's like, hey, how does silent spell work? And how does and she can explain it to us the idea of the spell. So I feel like this is all in character, can be done in character. We just don't know how to express that very well because we're not
It's
very good
like-
role
I am more
players.
than
It's
obliged
like-
to help you get out of my kingdom.
It's like
So,
the
anyways.
meeting in the Lord of the Rings. We're like having
Yes,
this round
yeah.
table right now.
Elrond and Gandalf are there like, yeah, no, but
So
yeah.
I want to bring it
no.
back though. So Imhotep, like, right, I'm pacing the room, and there was part of that role play earlier, about an hour ago, was me agreeing with Ragnar and kind of sympathizing with him. But the more that Carrie speaks logic, and we realized, and then also Crimson brings up the shards and the mission that you guys had, and the whole reason why I joined you guys was this whole shard thing. And then, of course, while we're walking around, I might be fiddling with my unk, and I look down and see my shard on my chest, and it kind of realization of this is the true reason for these wishes, kind of like Carrie brought back. So, like, I'm just kind of playing this through why Imhotep would start backpedaling, because I think there's a lot here. I mean, we're in character, both in and out of character. We've been sitting here for what, 4 hours, 3 hours together. That would probably most likely be what our characters are doing, powwowing,
sure.
the logic,
Yeah.
the fact that I've wish-washed my own brain as Chris. Imhotep's doing the same thing, you know.
But
And
with
as much as I
more
promised,
emotions and more urgently. Remember too.
Mm-hmm.
Emotep,
Well-
remember?
well, I only put more emotion in Imhotep because that's role playing. But I guess kept my emotions as Chris away because we're trying to like do that. But like because Carrie spoke very passionately about why we shouldn't fight Hundar, and Imhotep might be moved by that. That
You use
and,
one
and
wish and it's done.
yeah, I mean literally it is one wish because like if you think about it, guys, it's literally one wish. We wish ourselves well, two wishes, right? Listen to the two wishes. Ready? It's still two wishes. We wish ourselves to Hundar. We already have our hands linked. We open the box. We appear on the plane, and then he shifts us back, and we wish ourselves back to the volcano. That
Why don't
way
we just
can
wish
get the loot.
ourselves? Why don't we just wish ourselves back to the volcano instead of plane shifting?
Because you can't teleport. You have to teleport within the same plane of existence. So you can't teleport out of one
'Cause-
plane into
yeah,
another plane.
exactly. Because you're wishing yourself,
So-
but you're wishing to cast teleports. Essentially, what you're doing.
Yeah. So what you're doing is you're wishing teleport to the volcano, and then Nemo is shifting us, but can only shift us to a teleportation circle. And then so he's using his own spell to do that, and then we use another wish from that teleportation circle back to the volcano. And the reason why we do that is for the loot and the shards, and
Unless-
we've now banished Hundar. We don't have to fight him. There's no risk of our death. And Hundar is no longer our issue. And in all reality, let's be honest, he took the power of this arch devil by force, which means he is no ally of a devil, which means Hundar is going to live a life of nonstop war in the Nine Hells and is going to probably end up dying. And some Archdeval, yes, will get more power, but as Carrie mentioned, that's what happens in the Nine Hells. Like devils are always fighting for more power inside their thing. So we really aren't changing anything. What we're doing is we're fixing what happened on our plane.
Devils are just like
And
mortals, just trying to get more XP.
Yeah, and so then we have at the end of all that we have his entire loot,
Horde.
his whole horde sitting there, and possibly more shards that would help us on our ultimate wish goal,
And
we-
two wishes.
and two wishes.
And
only problem is
our lives also. Just a minor piece to that.
But the problem is though is 2 wishes, but 1 wish is Ragnar's wish. And Ragnar is a bit of a wild card in this case. Like, I think the 3 of us, the 3 of you, Crimson and Vin, would agree wish back, get loot, and give the wish to Carrie to do something for his own people. But Ragnar would probably wish himself to be back to fight Hundar in the Nine Hells.
I mean,
And we
Carrie,
have to give Ragnar that ability though. That's what he wants. That's what
For
we
sure.
should give him.
Carrie though,
Is Ragnar is Mikey listening? Yes.
as we're
Okay.
having
Yeah,
all
I'm
these
listening.
dialogues, like as we're having these conversations, I think Carrie looks to Ragnar and says, "You said you've killed dragons before, right?"
Ragnar. Arthur Ragnar.
Ragnar.
I'm not listening for that moment. Repeat.
Carrie looks at him and says, "You've said yourself, you've killed many dragons before, right?
Yes.
And you said yourself that if you had your way, Ragnar, whatever, what's this dragon's name?
Hundar.
Hundar would just be one domino to fall. There'll be more dragons that you plan on killing after him, right?"
Possibly.
So why don't we just skip this one, and we'll get you on the next one. There's plenty of dragons out there. I wish Carrie knew this about the blue dragon, but like maybe one of you guys chimes in, like, "Hey, I actually know where there's a way easier dragon to kill." Like, but all I'm saying is
the cult of the
it
Black
doesn't have to
Misfits.
be death or nothing. This
And-
dragon,
and-
there will be others.
And to Carrie's point, we are still sending Hundar to his demise. He will die in the Nine Hells, and it will be
You don't know
due
that.
to us. Oh yes. Oh, Ragnar, we absolutely do.
But if he doesn't die, then when he comes back, you can kill him then. That just gives you another crack at him.
And Ragnar, I think
Barbarian
we should give you
intelligence.
Ragnar, I think we should give you though the gift to make the wish to get us to Hundar. What do you say? You wish us to get to Hundar, and from there we'll take care of it.
You want to roll for intelligence to see how you play it out?
Well, I think my character's brain would definitely be able to catch on to that.
Nothing gets over
Mine.
my head.
Nothing gets over my head.
You don't have to link hands to plane shift out of there.
That is a choice you can make.
Oh, Mikey, I don't want you to kill your character because you feel like he has to do this. In which case, but I mean, that would be a glorious way for Ragnar to go away in 3 sessions. I don't think I've ever seen a character appear and disappear that quickly.
And I personally, as a player, feel bad about derailing. Like, you had every player at the table support to meet your dreams, but I'm trying to bring people back to the reality. Would their characters put their lives on the line for this?
But this is the reality. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I don't
Ragnar's
the-
reality.
There's a lot of assumptions though that if we leave Hundar in Nine Hells, the shards are in the hoard that he has. If Hundar's part, I mean, Momonimo, is his power from the wish, or did he wish give him shards and he's holding the shards and that's what's giving him the avatar? Because if he has the shards, he has the shards, and that's where the avatar is coming from.
Isn't it an assumption that there's shards involved at all? Didn't we draw that conclusion?
It's all
It's-
assumptions right now.
I mean, the avatar form was a blessing from Asmodeus.
No,
I don't
he
think.
took it. He took the blessing. He took it.
So
By
actually,
force.
No,
correction.
no.
Scatterak had the blessing.
Scatterbrain.
That's what I was going to
Hundar
say.
didn't actually take. He wished for the avatar blessing from Mooney. That was his final wish. Remember, he's like, I already made my final wish. That was his final wish.
Okay,
So that being said,
Let's put this-
he might not know what power that even is himself. but that would mean that he doesn't know the shards to be connected to it. So you could probably say, I don't know if he has shards. He might have shards, but it doesn't sound like it's
He might
connected.
have he might have a shard inside him, and he doesn't even know it.
Maybe the shard was placed there by the wish. Who knows?
Maybe he has to take a
What if-
giant shard.
What if the shards are in the nine hells? The shards can't affect this plane, can they? Well, I mean, we're kind of the same principle here. But if the shards are affecting our plane of
Ooh.
existence because they're creating a
Jesus, another problem.
a dimensional rift. So,
But what
is
is
the
what is
shard-
Moloch looking for the shards for?
I don't think we know that.
Because Moloch wants the shards, and he wants the box.
Where is Moloch?
He's in the
Nine
Nine
Hells.
Hells.
So he's trying to gather them for what purpose?
To come back to the Sword Coast, to the
And enslave all of
Plane-
humanity, right? Like that's his ultimate
Yeah.
goal. You guys know Moloch
Yeah.
is seeking that. He's trying
And
to
we're
get shards.
sending the box there to him?
No, the
No,
box
no,
comes
we're
back
keeping
with
the box.
us.
Box
The-
is with us.
The
Ragnar's
concern
like,
is
"That's
whether there's a
obviously a
shard
bad
in the
idea."
dragon or not.
But if the
But if
but now you're saying if the dragon has the shard in his chest and you're returning those shards to the Nine Hells and leaving it there, then that leaves the devils to gather those shards if there are
Yes.
any shards. That's all. If there is, any.
assumptive.
I mean, I have one shard, so
We're
is there
creating
going to
more
be an
problems than we're
Asmers?
solving. I think.
Well, are we though? We don't. Dennis is being the DM, and he's just proposing possibilities. And
I
of
don't want you
course,
to
we as
overlook
players,
as players what your characters would be discussing.
right,
Let me go back to the
we're
roleplay.
still-
Ragnar's
But
going
to
into
be,
roleplay.
I think we're totally role playing everything. I don't think we've ever left role play.
He wants to go into voice acting.
That's what
Okay.
I'm trying to say. Let my character do some role playing for a second.
Jeez, Emily, leave him alone. Let him play with me.
I mean, that's been like 25 minutes of harassment.
No.
She
Anyway,
should just jump in the voice channel so she can listen. I'll mute her.
I know that's what I told her. Just get into Discord. Anyway, so
Go play Sims. How do we go?
Go play Sims.
Go play Sims and then hop on Discord.
I want. How about this? What if we come back to him later? We
In-
don't use the wishes. We fight other things, grow our power, our strength, and come back when we're ready.
Tat, I'm afraid I just can't abide. I might not care much for the lives of you mortals, but we've already cost about, 500 lives at least, and I just don't think I can stand by knowing that he's powering up.
So what you're saying is, we either fight him or be rid of him, but either way, we have to do something about him.
Yes.
Yes.
So this
And we
whole
would-
argument is about avoiding our deaths, but with the inevitability of still dealing with him.
Yes.
Hey, Carrie did propose to Ragnar that you could come back and fight him, Hundar, later too.
But what
I
if he
love that.
doesn't ever come
I
back?
love this train of thought. Ragnar has it's like we've been talking for 4 or 5 hours, and who knows that Ragnar's finally getting it. So we have to get rid of Hundar.
Well, it's more my character's realizing that there may be another option, but I'm trying to tell you guys that all your options are saying the same thing.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it's because Ragnar. I think it's because we all feel the guilt. Hundar, every day he exists past our raking him out of his slumber is another day he wreaks further havoc on both the isles that he's from as well as the Sword Coast, and possible reconnection with the Wizards of Thay. And so we see Hundar as the immediate threat to the most amount of people. While yes, the shards are a concern, we know that with 3 wishes, we can get rid of an immediate threat, which is Hundar.
Let me put it this way to you. If there was no other way, if we didn't have the box, if we didn't have this whole plan where we could get rid of him without costing our lives, I would use my wish along with yours, to power ourselves up so we could defeat him.
Hmm.
I would do that to save my homeland in the long run. But that's not the case. We have an option that does not involve fighting him.
I know when you talk about the fact that the dragon might have a shard with him or in him, but there's a lot of hearsay here that he has any shards at all. And we can't operate under presumptions that we don't know.
But if we
Usually
kill him,
just
we
wants
can
that
find
box.
out anyway.
But
This is like Crimson's chance to use the box without any consequences.
I want to use the box so bad.
Well, you'll still get to use the box. It's just
Vin is in accordance with teleporting under Hundar, using the box, and then plane shifting out. He, after careful consideration,
Not fighting. Not fighting.
After all of this talk that we've had, Vin is realizing the importance that the wishes hold with our quest, and the ability that we have to get rid of Hundar with the least amount of impact on those wishes.
Gary has a 20 wisdom. He's a very wise individual, and this is what he thinks is the best course of action.
And which is why
can I
Ragnar
throw,
is on
can
the
I
opposite
throw
end.
another wrench in there, real quick? A wrench
More
that
wrench.
may we might not have any ability to do this, but just a thought. To Ragnar's point, this idea of killing Hundar when we ourselves have more power. Okay, listen all the way. Is there a way to put Hundar in a demi-plane?
In a
A
what?
what?
And a demi-plane.
What would that do?
He would now be in a different plane, not in the Nine Hells, not on our plane of existence, somewhere.
And it would take him
where
out of his
he-
lair.
out of his lair, and basically put him in a stasis of we can come back to him when we're ready for him.
No, they can't see.
It would just cost an extra wish, basically.
Or it would be one wish if we could just figure out how to get him to a demi-plane with one wish, or two wishes. But I mean, two wishes or one wish. We like remember our plan is currently two wishes.
Yeah. But one
So
of
we
those wishes
teleport
is
there.
transportation.
So if we
Both of them are
teleport there,
transportation, actually.
Yeah.
teleport there,
demi-plane.
demi-plane,
Just for him.
then plane
Just for him.
shift.
Just for him.
Yeah,
Just
we
for-
wouldn't even need a
just for
plane
him.
shift. We're just. I think the only question is, the box gets him there because the box is so powerful. Would one wish be enough to demi-plane him?
That's
Probably not.
that's just the I mean that's just the
Under
thing that came to my
my
brain.
understanding of such a powerful spell, which I have studied for years and years to understand the art of magic, the demi-plane would only allow a creature of medium size to pass through its shadowy door
Mm.
into a room of 30 feet, large enough to capture the creature that you speak of. Yes, indeed, so it is a good idea. However, the door is not large enough, unless you can somehow make him itty bitty tiny and throw him in. Perhaps if he were to be polymorphed into a squirrel or a
But
rat. I know I've heard tales of great demons being turned into rats and flown up to great heights and dropped.
But might I ask, don't
Surely a legend.
dragons have a resistance against spells that they can use innately, where they will cancel any spells against them?
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
So-
If he chooses to use that resistance.
Would that
like-
apply to using a wish to make our napkin of holding supersized and just
Put him
yeet
in the
him
bag of
into
holding.
there?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me right now? Turn our napkin of holding into a 50-foot diameter thing, swallow the dragon. We then pick up the napkin. It is now a void in which the dragon dies because it has no air.
How long can he hold his
You-
breath?
That's the question.
You can force your way out, but we'd have to where it would nullify the napkin.
Throw
We
it.
couldn't get
throw
our
it in
way
the
out.
horde. Throw it in
Yeah.
the. throw it in his,
Throw it in the
his
anti-magic.
sword.
By George, you've done it.
Oh my gosh.
Monim, are you capable of such power? I've never seen this kind of thing in my life. These people are crazy. Yes, actually. We can exponentialize the power of an item. I don't see why this could not be possible. I just don't know to what great extent. There's a chance that, depending on the item, it could fight against the power.
Yeah, would a breath weapon from inside destroy that?
Maybe destroy
item?
everything inside
No.
of it,
No,
but not the item
'cause
itself.
No, because it's because it's an astral dimension. He gets put to an astral dimension.
There's no way out.
Can he get out of the bag?
We can test one thing real quick. I open it up. Hey, Vin, jump in here. I'll fold it up. See if you can't get out. Force yourself out. And I'll open it up for you in a second. And I can let you out. Want to try it?
Sure.
So I open it up.
I'm a little
Vin
hesitant
jumps in.
because of what happened last time.
Am I hesitant? You mean
You're right.
traumatized? Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I'll jump in. I'll see if I can't get out, and then count 10 seconds, and then open back up. If I don't.
How
But
big-
which one of us have strength close to him?
That's so. Wait, how big of a thing could fit right now? Because Carrie could.
6 feet in
It's-
diameter and creates a
Okay.
10-foot deep hole.
Because Carrie could wild shape into a large creature and with high strength and try to get out. But honestly, probably either Vin or Ragnar is the strongest, like purely just the strongest if we want to just try to brute force it out.
Make a DC 10 strength check. On a successful check, the creature forces its way out and appears within a 5 feet.
Oh,
of the
then
hole.
yeah.
However,
DC 10,
if you
that's
put in an
useless.
anti-magic field, then it's nullified.
It nullifies it completely.
But we still
gotta
have to.
get him
they
in the
would,
hole. Get him to.
Yeah.
If we're trying,
And
if we're
breathing
trying
creature within a
to.
close
But that's
portable
one
hole.
turn.
Carrie,
breathing
how
creature
far
can-
can you move in a turn?
Very far. If I'm an eagle and I double move, 160 feet.
Well, I'm also thinking. What's up?
But if
it's
he goes in
160.
the anti-magic field, what happens to his form? Does he
Well,
become a
Well,
giant
it
eagle?
wouldn't
just go-
matter. Who
You
cares?
throw the
It's
net
You
in.
can just walk out.
No
Yeah.
one
Carrie
has
wouldn't even care
intelligence?
that much.
Who cares?
Then
Like, he just
The
stands
door's,
and
the
throws
door's
it.
Going
already
back-
open.
if going back to nature is the way I go out, then I could think of worse things.
Cast haste,
Okay.
maybe? I don't know.
So I have an idea here. This sucks because if you use a wish, but I mean, do we make a wish to make sure the portable hole can actually be large enough for the dragon
Like just as a trial run.
as a trial run? And if it is big enough, then we do it. But that's 3 wishes to make it happen.
Yeah, I'd just say let's just do it on the night. It's either it's I don't know. I mean, Mo and Emo would probably have a good enough idea to tell us.
I mean,
whether
he
this
told
is
us
realistic or not.
we did that to have him tell us if he could really do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dragon's how big? We need a hole. So a hole that's 5 times the size, which would be a 30 diameter. And then it would be 50 feet deep.
We'd have to roll on how big it would be. How many sizes more?
I'd say I'd give you guys, because it can't become like a massive thing, so it's gotta be limited to how big it can become. But I'd say that there could be maybe a minimum, is what I'm thinking. Minimum size, like for sure, it can go up maybe 2 sizes to become large.
So you say
Oh,
2 sizes, it's in
what is
times
large?
2 or?
What if
times
we?
three?
I'm just talking about going from like small, medium, large,
What if we?
huge.
I know that we've kind of made this up where it's like by doing
I'm
it
not,
for
I'm
a
not
smaller
stuck on
amount of time.
1d6 plus 1. I'm open for discussion with it, by the way.
Well, so what about this? I mean, what if we made this agreement where it only needs to be for 3 rounds or a couple rounds to increase its strength, and the item is no longer magically powerful after that? Because that's like a decently strong item, right?
That's
so like
true.
we're like
temporarily
completely
increasing its ability as opposed to permanently increasing ability. That would increase your chances of getting bigger size, and then limiting the amount of time to be very finite, like 10
literally
minutes.
2 rounds.
Well,
literally just like.
I mean, at that point, you
12
put it in anti-magic field. It doesn't
1
matter
minute.
what size it is, because He's
Right,
gone.
No.
then it's just done.
He's gone.
He doesn't get ejected from it, right? I don't believe he does.
No,
He's
he'd be stuck
lost
in there
in
There's
the
no
ejected
from it.
possible way. There's no possible way because that item has then removed itself from a connection from that plane.
Until you bring it out of the anti-magic field, then he would be ejected from it instantly.
But
Dead,
if we leave it in there for as long
ideally.
as he needs
If
to
we leave
die,
it in there for a day, there's no way he's controlling
Dude,
his
we'd
breath
leave it in there for
24
a week
hours.
just to
We
be
leave it in there
careful. Just like-
forever.
or
He
forever.
gets
We have
10
a bad-
minutes.
It's not like the loot is
plus
on his body.
10 minutes before he begins suffocating, and then plus his constitution modifier, which is
Heck,
really high,
I
but
would-
like 20 to 30 minutes would kill him.
Heck, I wouldn't even say, Dennis, I'd be willing, I think everybody here at the table would be too, that this kind of power magic is in the course of it and being thrown into the anti-magic field, that even bringing it out of the magic field, that the portable hole is lost. All
That's what I was saying is like we do
We
it for
lost
the
short
magical
duration
item
and it's
entirely.
It would,
yeah,
it
and
would
it's gone.
destroy itself.
in order to
Yeah.
guarantee that we could get it the right size, it would have to destroy itself.
Not usable again.
Of course, it's the idea, though, that we throw
Give
it in
and
the
take.
anti-magic
I like
field.
it. I like give and take.
And
You guys listen to that story very closely. The magic of this world is give and take. You have to give something to build in order to get something out of it. And if you're willing to give up the item, that's going to guarantee the powerful the magic can be.
so if you're
Because
saying
that
we
was
only,
the power that was originally created, is the wish spell. And then this power was moved in, and this is all my own lore I'm creating here, but
yeah.
But-
go.
if the wish was the original power and then it was dispersed amongst the land and weakened, then the giving and taking is kind of within the architecture of that spell. If you're willing to give something up to create a more powerful spell, I'm all for it. If that means you give up the portable hole and you're giving to take away the life of, well, that's not really an equal give and take, but you're powering it up and giving it away. Yeah, I'm cool for it. That's really unique. There's also just using the freaking box too. Like that's easy enough as well.
Well, but that's one wish for us, is the thing. It's two wishes. Two wishes. We know Hundar's dead. We know he's dead. And
Yeah.
if he has a crystal shard in him, the crystal shard can never be accessed ever again.
And there's 0% chance we get stuck in the 9 hells. Like
Then what do you do with all that
0%
loot
chance.
though?
We can still get the loot. We can
Maybe
we have a bag
there-
of holding.
It's a
We
maybe
have a bag of
there's
holding.
a
Would it
portable
tap the
hole in the
shard to
loot.
just eject? Would
We
it
have
eject
we have a
everything?
bag of holding.
That's fair.
We have a bag of holding.
All right. Which
And we
never
can
put
wish-
the portable
okay,
hole in
oh,
because that would
oh,
destroy
oh.
it.
So Dennis,
Yeah.
do you agree with the idea
Monimo
that
says
we can?
yes.
Okay, then I can ask the next thing. We can just wish for another portable hole, guys.
If you want.
If we want to, yeah.
If we really needed to.
If you can't, we can't fit the
Or go
loot
buy
in the
one.
magic bag of holding.
All
Or
that
go
shoot,
buy
go
one,
buy
yeah.
you don't
one.
even know.
Right,
You don't even
go
know
buy
how
one.
much money you're going to be getting. Okay.
There could
Okay,
be
so-
another portable hole within
That's what
that
I just
loot, and we
said,
don't
yeah.
So
know.
which way does the
Or another
dragon
bag of
die?
holding.
Ragnar.
He dies.
He dies
He's dead.
He dies.
inside of a pocket
does.
plane and will be ejected as soon as you pull him out of the anti-magic field. He will be dead, finite, complete, slain. You are the
You
Dragon
will
Slayer,
have perf.
hero of
You are
Dragonborns,
you
rectifier
killed Hundar.
of Team Anther.
But if
Bringer
I
of
don't
peace
use
to
my
Uther.
sword on him, does it still count?
That's what I was going to ask. Does Ragnar have to slay the dragon with the sword to power it up?
Who-
I don't even know what this is about. Honestly, I'm trying to think of this.
I mean, we could
Oh, I see,
have
okay.
Ragnar hit him once.
what if,
Oh,
Dennis,
so
what if-
so you got to read that again. It's finding more pieces of a shard, Michael, that increases the power, not killing dragons.
Got it. Not killing dragons.
Oh,
But it gives me a
wait.
power against dragons.
but maybe
Yes.
Ragnar doesn't quite understand that though.
Sure, yeah. He just thinks I got it. Well, and yeah. Mhm.
He thinks the only way to increase it and find shards to increase his sword is by
Because maybe that's how I found shards, is I killed
kill dragons.
dragons.
But then you would know that the shard is the source of the power because that's what
Or-
you'd be looking
Or
for.
in happenstance, he had one incidence where he got power from a dragon, not knowing the shards culminated, or not culminated,
Resulted in it.
culminesced. What is that word?
You got it right.
Coalesced.
Coalesce.
Collected within his own shard without knowing. Like,
Big
there's
words.
lots. Anyways,
He
so
went to the Skyrim universe.
is the group agreed upon the approach?
Yeah, 2 wishes. Wish
Two
for us to
wishes.
get there.
Dragon
to
dies.
get
I'm
there
good.
in the portable hole. Dragon dies, you good?
And
then
can we
Carrie-
like for the
Carrie
power
then
of
takes portable hole into anti-magic field, and we just leave them there forever, and we never touch that portable hole ever again in our lives.
Is Crimson
for
For
the
any
power-
not use the
possibility
box?
at all.
And for the power of the
Crimson's not using
wish-
the box.
Oh, how do you get
Sure.
the portable hole underneath him?
so I was that's
I
what I was
think that
about
we
to
teleport
ask.
above him.
Well,
with
and
the
parachute.
portable
For the-
hole. Woof.
for
and
the
then
power
it
of the
falls on
wish,
top
could
of
we
him.
just like have it happen? You know what I mean? Like we're wishing the hole is bigger, badder, and he's inside of it.
Well, if we're on the flying carpet when we wish to be teleported, and
Yep.
Carrie's already a bird when we do this, we appear underneath
Bit-
Hundar. We drop and Carrie. The portable hole is then expanded underneath him. The dragon falls in. Carrie then grabs the portable hole and takes it to the animagic hole. All of us are on the magic carpet. We do not fall into the hole.
Well,
Yeah, that
Vin
sounds
can
good.
fly. Magic Carpet can fly. Carrie can fly. So basically, Ragnar and I cannot. That's
Amy,
what we-
Ragnar,
three
you
of
can
us.
be on the carpet.
Yeah.
I mean, I can Misty Step, but if I'm falling, and you and Ragnar, because Ragnar, 3 of us can be held.
No,
Carpet
just be
together.
on the carpet.
Just be on the carpet.
Okay.
Me, Crimson, Ragnar on the carpet. Carrie already a bird, ready to grab the hole.
I'll have
And-
my wings out.
Moanima can
And
fly,
you'll-
right?
Yeah,
Is that
you'll-
what
Monique's
you're
the
saying?
we'll-
He's the fourth corner.
We can take 4 of us on the 5 down the carpet.
Yeah, I think you can.
I thought you were
No,
trying to
not
get
with
all the
me.
corners
I-
and stuff.
I thought we said with Ragnar it was only 3
Yeah,
of us.
you
Mm.
couldn't
Ragnar's
because of the
size.
weight.
Oh, that's right, because Ragnar's fat.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
fine using my channel divinity. That's fine.
How long does it last?
Minute.
Oh, okay. So you can do
Or
it before
10
we do
minutes.
the wish. Oh, so we can do it before the wish. So you have wings the minute we appear. You have wings.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And this is all the idea here is also we're confirming then is, and this is a little bit of confirmation with the dungeon master and how
1
he's
minute,
going to
sorry.
interpret this, is that the dragon is going to be completely caught off guard and surprised by this, that he has no time to
react.
fly out of the hole himself.
We're basically not even doing
As he's
initiative.
falling, we're
doesn't-
closing.
He doesn't have danger sense, so he doesn't get to avoid surprise attacks. So you would have that first round.
I mean, that's an entire round for him to fall,
So-
and then we're immediately closing it up.
And then immediately Carrie's grabbing it, throwing it into the
If
magic,
you, as
magic
long as you
field.
can move
Done.
there, yeah, guys, carry as a bird should have no problem. I'm just
180
pointing out,
feet.
if he doesn't make it, he can make it.
Sorry,
safe
160
and get
feet.
out.
Okay.
Very easily.
160
It's a hun-
feet.
but
feet.
but
Is
that horde is
anybody-
only like 100 feet away from him.
Was it?
I
Dude,
can
it was
that
far.
how far it
real
was?
quick.
It was far.
It was
But
It was
I
far.
only
don't-
like 100 feet.
It was.
It was
Here's
far.
I remember-
here's the other question. Has he had the door repaired, or like can I just
75,
throw him
80
in?
feet.
You know what I mean? Like that's where his
Well-
horde is. What are the chances
Well,
that he hasn't?
we can scry that real quick if we needed to.
You'll
Yeah, I
wanna
guess
scribe
we
before
have
you go,
scry.
because what if he's
Yeah.
not there?
Yeah. We'll make sure where exactly he is at, so that way we can do it.
It's only been a few hours.
Yeah, it's only been a little bit. And
So
he was
we'll
there
wanna
a
check
few hours
what the
ago.
Let's just
distance
say you
is,
scry and he's
if he's there, and is the
And-
door still kicked open?
yeah, door's busted. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
no Thay wizard to come back yet to fix it yet.
Because we're scrying Dennis. Can we judge the distance from the dragon to the door? Is it within Carrie's ability to get there?
If he were to be on this corner over here with the portable hole, and you guys drop over him and bring it to him, I'd say yeah.
Let me just
Okay.
since we're like really coming down to it, let me just look at my giant eagle and make sure I've got the movement that I think I do.
Do you have any other forms that have more movement?
I think that's the most.
70 feet, dude. It's 70 feet.
It's 80
that's
feet
not
for
dashing.
for an eagle, 80 feet.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, so a
that-
dash should be 160.
It's easy. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even
Easy.
if even if you appeared on the far side of him, you're easily there.
Nice.
Okay, dude.
Oh,
Let's do
yeah.
this. Let's do this.
Let's do
It
it.
happens. Oh my gosh. Holy
Next-
crap.
Next session, next time.
All right, that's the end of our session.
We
Dude,
finally
that
got the
was-
plan.
I do want to.
Okay,
I want to roleplay this. I want to do this because
I
this is cool.
can do that.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
we're
this is
going for
epic.
this? Okay.
It's up
Yeah.
it's up to you guys. I mean, if
Let's
it's
do
a
it.
quickie.
Who's making the wish to get there? Ragnar, are you making the wish to get us there?
I guess I
I
can.
just wanted to say that it's been a pleasure to get to know you all. I hope you never come back.
Oh, hold up. Dang it. We can handle this another time, but I want to have a small roleplay moment with her. Independently with Imhotep, but I don't want to distract from this epic moment of the dragon. Is that okay?
We'll
Dan?
do a
We don't
we'll do a
have to we don't have
flashback.
to do Dragon Run.
I think we all want to.
Oh, we definitely have to. We just
Okay.
had a
They've got this
3-hour
good music
discussion
going
about the
too,
dragon.
so.
We did.
Longer.
We have music going? Oh, I don't think I have that open.
We just had
I
3
don't have
hours
it.
of planning to throw it out and do a 10-minute idea.
Yeah.
Not even like a 2-round idea.
So like
Oh.
we did this 3 hours of discussion to then change our minds, and now only after 10 minutes of discussion we have a better idea.
Cue the thing I sent you. Awesome. Who's wishing the spell? Oh, from earlier.
Ragnar's wishing us there, and then Vin, are you gonna wish for the portable full part, or is
Yes.
Crimson?
I will.
Or
Oh, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Who else is flying?
I can.
You have 4 corners, right?
Carries a bird.
You want emo?
Yep. And Vin, Carrie, Monimo, and then the flying carpet.
So I'm wishing for the portable hole to be enlarged to a point to be able to hold Hundar.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and honestly, like, the one thing I will say is we struck this bargain with Monimo. We made the idea. He's writing up the wish exactly as it needs
You
to
guys
be
are about
to
to
do
grant
what we
all my
needed.
wishes too, baby. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Hopefully that painting's still there.
What did you queue up for me?
Oh,
Dennis?
just the very first thing I sent you tonight.
Okay.
Who's all right, Ragnar?
I know to do it.
I wish we were all there with the dragon.
In
In the
he knows-
exact space.
He knows
and
what
all,
you mean.
all the
Remember,
things.
he knows
Yeah.
how you want to interpret it. He's gonna take Ragnar's intelligence into consideration as he makes his wish. Like, I know what you mean, buddy. I got you, dude.
As he makes
screw
this
us.
wish, you see Vin's ethereal wings fly out of his back, ready to fly.
As
Carries a bird.
As the
Where's
words
our
come
carpet?
out of Michael's mouth, a puff of smoke surrounds all of you. The smoke settles to the ground, and as it settles, you look around and find yourself surrounding Hundar, the Red Rage.
Is it the next? Oh,
Awesome. That's your
Oh,
cue.
that's
hello,
me.
big fella.
Okay. Surprise round.
Crimson?
I'm not gonna roll initiative. You guys are all gonna go the same round.
Crimson?
Okay.
So you
Oh.
you guys would appear on this corner here, right, with the portable hole in your hands, right?
Yep. Who's making the wish for the portable hole?
I thought we did it before. Like we
Crimson-
spread out,
Crimson.
opened it, and then we're dropping over him.
No,
We're doing it under
This
him,
is-
but
this
yeah.
is-
under
This is-
him.
Under him. Well, I figured we wished that beforehand.
How are we gonna fit that thing in with us? The idea was that
Take
the
the
portable hole
neckerchief.
will only last
You
one
each take a
round.
corner of it and pull it apart as you go.
Okay,
I
So-
thought, are we doing it over top of him?
It's
Big
underneath so that
Come
he
on,
falls
guys,
into
guys.
it.
Who's
Okay.
making the wish? That's all I'm asking. Who's making the wish?
I wish that the portable hole be enlarged to the point to be able to hold Hundar.
I got you, boo.
And I'm running with my we're flying. We're three of us are flying the other.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
Monima moves this way. Vin moves that way. And you three go this way. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
And are you over or under him?
Under. Because we have to. He's gonna fall into it.
Okay.
Think of just like scooping him up.
Yeah, I think it was just like scoop it.
Like a big old, like a fly net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're dashing at this point, so it's not like you're not worried too much about movement, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My carpet moves 60 feet.
I
So.
think Monima would take the most of the movement here because he had more movement than you, Vin. Just
Okay. Yep. That's fine.
and then
Okay.
What?
you scoop, and you got to bring it
Yes.
back in, right, to close it up.
The
Nope.
corners. The corners were
We're
just bringing
scooping.
back to.
We're scooping as we
Oh, no.
fly over.
Yeah, and all Carrie has to do is pick it up like a napkin and fly it away.
Oh, so you start over on this side and just scoop him up and then haul him over.
No, no, no. We
'Cause
started
now we're
where
creating-
we did it where we start, and I took a corner, went over, and as me, Moanimo, and you three are going over, we're scooping it over the top of him.
But then you have to bring the corners back to bring it in folded, right?
No,
No, 'cause he's
it's-
just-
you just
he's-
have to pick it up.
He's in it, and now you
Because you're
just take
going
one corner
under
and run
pulling
with it.
up.
Hmm.
Yeah. He's
That was
in
the
it,
reason
so
we
now-
went under, because
And then
with
he's-
under, he just kind of,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
and that's
under,
why
and
that's why
then
it's
we-
a key that everybody's flying, because we're like under, the ground comes out from under me, he swoops, and we grab it.
And then it's just like a napkin. Carrie just grabs it and pulls it, and it's just into a little napkin, and he pulls it away.
Okay, Carrie, take it away.
Literally taking out the trash. Okay, so I've got plenty of movement, but let's say I have to fly a little bit back to grab it, and then all the way down, I can do it.
Chuck it in there.
It's actually funny if you could throw it in the lava, and
Yeet.
it would just be destroyed. But
But he might
That's
pop
also
out and
true.
survive.
But he
That's-
might.
yeah,
He. Oh.
I,
well,
and
guess
he
no,
just
it would
but
he
it's-
burn.
just yeets it. He yeets it with his talons, so he doesn't even have to go in there. He just yeets it. Unless you're gonna make me roll for that, then he flies it in and puts it down gently.
Very gently.
and Hundar's dead.
Well, he's not yet. He's in there. Does anything
No, yeah,
happen?
he's in there.
He's dead.
We have to wait 30 minutes.
You see,
Let's
in-game
just
minutes.
wait like hours just to be sure.
you look around and you see all these people gathered here, and they're just shocked. They're like, "What?"
Don't
Hundo
worry,
just
we got
disappears.
it. Go back to your towns. Leave. We've got this. You didn't see anything.
They're just all compliant, super compliant.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to be like the guy who was like, "We are the heroes," like also the
We are
reason
your
for the town to be
saviors.
destroyed.
No, I'll be that guy. We are your hero.
Oh,
We
yeah,
love
let
you,
Ragnar.
Metro Man.
Let Ragnar
We
be
love
it.
you.
And I love you, random
Citizen.
citizen.
Is anybody hanging around in this, or are they now just running away as fast as they can?
Oh, they're gone. They gone.
Okay,
All right.
we're hanging out outside the
What's-
horde. Do we? Anything happening?
The bag is inert inside of the anti-magic field at this point. You wait 20, 30 minutes.
I'm gonna start poking my head in and start rummaging through the treasure, looking for shards.
Oh, you see it within the pile. Lots of gems. Lots and lots and lots of gems. It's going to take a while.
I'm going to cast
You can't
Ooh,
cast
do I have it?
inside of
Can't
Ah,
pass inside.
Bitch.
You posted the you just did you just post the loot there?
Yep.
Well, I
Alright.
think we can do the loot next time, guys. But that was
Who's-
epic.
Bag of holding. Start chucking stuff in. I'll cast locate object later.
65,250 XP shared.
That's
Who
juicy.
needs-
Between
Who
5 of
needs
us.
a Super Saiyan mode with a wish when you
Do
get
you,
when you
do
can
you
do
pull the
that?
bag out?
No.
No.
Wait. No. Leave the bag of holding outside the board. Don't take the bag of holding inside.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Okay.
slowly bring.
No,
Right.
do you pull? Sorry, you pull the portable hole out.
No.
No.
Stays in there. No.
I'm leaving that in there.
I don't see why we ever would touch that thing. Leave it in there, and we know he's dead, but we don't want any risk of anything happening. And maybe adventure, some other time we'll just stumble upon it and find something crazy.
Well, I
But
think
we
the
don't want anything to
question
do with it.
is the shard.
Is the shard.
What would an anti-magic field do to
I-
a dragon?
I don't. Crimson, if he had a shard inside his body, good riddance. It's gone. Who cares?
That's
Is that
true.
not our goal?
Well, you wish the portable hole would be destroyed, right? But
Yeah,
inside the anti-magic field, it can't be destroyed. The magic effect.
So
can't take
we've
hold
got
of it.
time. We're gonna take care of everything we want, get all our treasure out, and when we're ready to get out of here, we can bring the napkin out because this is gonna take us a while.
It's gonna be like hours of us sifting through all of this treasure.
Yeah,
Well,
like
let's
I'm
shoot.
bringing it out.
do you
I'm
guys
looking
wanna-
for shards.
Do you guys want to roll for the loot yet, or do you want to do it another time?
Let's do it next. Well, I mean, it's
Next
up to
time.
you guys.
I
I'm-
say next time because it's midnight already
Yeah.
for me and 1 o'clock for you guys, and
Yeah, let's call it.
13,050 XP for us.
We're
each.
over halfway to level 12.
I'm trying so hard to find it because this will be the second Hunter x Hunter reference, but there's a scene in Hunter x Hunter where they have this cloth that literally they just put a whole car in it and it's gone. And I was trying to find that to put it in the chat so bad because that's just literally what we did to this guy. But
How much XP did we just gain?
13,050. So add 13,050 to your character sheet in D&D Beyond. Do you know how to do that?
13,050.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you guys did not go the route I expected to go at all, really.
We didn't go the route I expected to go
But
either.
Me either.
I want to point out that you guys' creativity was wild. Like, I think the only reason why it worked and why I think as a DM I'd allow it is just because how creative and unique it was. And I couldn't really think of anything that could keep it from happening. There's no resistances, there's no ability checks, there was really nothing except for like going under him to pick him up. I'm like, how are you getting under his feet? So that's why I was kind of like, well, I mean, if you went over him, you'd be able to scoop him and put him inside the hole, and so there's ways.
That's
around
why
it.
I kind of thought that we were doing it that way, like scooping, like kind of scooping him up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe
From the top,
the
but-
entire him and the stone underneath as much as you could got inside of it, and then you just close it up. And anyways,
like a fish net.
I couldn't see a way out of it as a DM. Maybe somebody else watching could find a way. But congratulations on pretty much ruining the war for
Now you're alive. Oh, look at you now. You're alright when the night